for the Wolverines. The playoff run starts tonight. A win and they're in. A loss means the end of the season for Big Red. Tonight, the Wolverines play a do-or-die contest with the Worland Warriors in Washakie County. This is the Porter Supply Tailgate pregame show from Jack FM. Now to Warrior Stadium in Worland. Here's the voice of the Wolverines, John Gabrielson.
Welcome into an absolute gorgeous night in Washakie County. 68 degrees, a very slight breeze on a beautiful autumn day. And it's the start of the playoffs for the Riverton Wolverines. I'm John Gabrielson, joined by Travis McIntosh. And, well, you couldn't ask for a better night, especially given what's on the weather horizon for us here in Fremont County, as well as Washakie County as well.
Yeah, we've been pretty spoiled this fall.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely beautiful. That W word is keeping away, and it's going to be a great night of football.
You're looking at the 87th meeting between the Warriors and the Wolverines. Riverton has won 20, lost 22 on this field, and it seems like when I was the voice of the Wolverines in 11 years, it seemed like up here 6 times it was always a Worland win. It's just a tough place for Riverton to come and win, although Troy Anderson in his first year came up and did just that in that COVID year a couple of years ago and got the W on this field.
Yeah, Worland, again, is just one of those Wyoming teams that's always just really tough and competitive at home, and so it's going to be a hard-fought battle tonight, and no other way you'd want it, with a playoff on the line, shot at the playoffs.
Riverton leads the series 47-38. Each team has won at the other's place the last 2 years. And you're looking at a pair of third-year head coaches, Pat Sweeney on the near sideline in orange and black, Troy Anderson on the far side in the cardinal red and the black for the Wolverines. And both trying to find some stability in their programs and come in. Worland's 3-4 overall. They've had a little more success than have had the Wolverines, but conference-wise, 1-3 in the East, and that's why we're seeing a do-or-die opportunity right now. Riverton coming in at 1-7 on the year, if you count that 0-week game, which I tend to not because everybody says it doesn't count, but then all of a sudden, the last few years, that 0-week game counts for the kids' stats, which I think is a great thing on certain points and not on others, but also 1-3 in the conference, and that's, I think, what leads us here into the fact that it's I don't know, you don't want to say a double-edged sword, but the winner of this has to go to Cody, and that's not been pleasant for either team this year, but it is another week of practice. It is another game to play. It is another week to spend together and things like that. And so you come out here and you try to, it could be your last high school football game. You come out here and you try like heck to win it on both sides of the ball.
Right, and it's to just kind of sound off what you said is just another opportunity for them to play together, one more time, and that goes a long way. And once you get in, records are 0-0, and I know it'd be a long shot, and we're getting ahead of ourselves, but it is, it's a great opportunity for them because you're going to have to beat that team at some point.
Right, absolutely.
To advance.
Absolutely. And again, 3-4 overall versus 1-6 overall. This is the Porter's pregame show brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply. They are our pregame sponsor. Bailey's will be sponsoring the postgame show, Bailey Enterprises. And then we will also thank Fremont Therapy for the scoreboard that you'll be seeing on here a little bit later as well. Clay Sheets and Akai will be with us on cameras tonight. Thomas Dent III. He's Travis McIntosh. I'm John Gabrielson. And it is a culminating weekend for another high school sport in Wyoming. That is cross country. That is getting underway in Ethity tomorrow. We'll talk about that on the Wolverine weekend. We'll also talk a little bit about some high school football around the state and some playoff implications of a lot of different games. We'll do that on our Focus on Football. And then we'll also have an interview with head coach Troy Anderson. It is senior night in Worland. It is also blackout night here at Warrior Stadium. We'll talk more about that as we get a little bit closer as well. This is the Porter's pregame show brought to you by Porter's MVS. Our first break is on the way. We'll come back and take a look at that Wolverine weekend next. This is Wolverine Football from 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
If you're looking to get upgrades on your vehicle done with bumpers, grill guards, and bed liners, shop locally instead of traveling the extra mile to an out-of-town shop. Take it to the premier local shop here in Fremont County. Wyoming 4x4 has over 25 years of experience under the belt. Dan will take your stock truck and give it the perfect accessory makeover tailored to your vision. Stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College are proud sponsors of student athletes and sports programs across Fremont County, plus are this season's academic spotlight sponsor. Wyoming Catholic College forms students through a rigorous immersion in the primary sources of the classic liberal arts tradition, the grandeur of the mountain wilderness, and the spiritual heritage of the Catholic Church. Grounded in real experience and thoughtful reflection, our graduates love truth, think clearly, and communicate eloquently, engaging with the world as it is. Submit your application online at wyomingcatholic.edu/admissions/apply.
Xander's One Stop of Lander wishes the best of luck to all student athletes and sports teams throughout Fremont County. Xander's One Stop has it all: clean gas, ethanol-free fuel, diesel, a variety of household and automotive needs. Stop in for the very best in snacks, lunch, dinner, and much more. Plus, the best liquor selection. And now lottery tickets for the Cowboy Draw, Mega Millions, Powerball, and Lucky for Life. It's all here at Xander's One Stop, 730 East Main, Lander.
Back when
Sports has already concluded, and now cross-country athletes will head to state. Riverton competes in Ethity tomorrow for the culminating event for the fall sport. Junior Caden Chatfield, second place last week, talks about the strategy for the state meet tomorrow.
Just lay back, and worst case scenario, just walk away with second. But I mean, if it's my day, I could just probably take it in from there and go for the win. But I kind of made the mistake last year. I was ranked second, just like this year, but I kind of went out too hard and it didn't work out, and I ended up getting fifth. But I think this year we'll be smarter and we'll see what happens.
The cross-country team will be hosting their 16th annual Pumpkin Run fundraiser next Saturday. That'll be on the 29th, and Coach Ton Gopp explains what it's all about.
All the proceeds go to the cross-country team. We're going to Boise, Idaho for Nike Nationals, and so we use that to help pay for some travel expenses and stuff there, and we get to run against some of the best kids out west. And so the Pumpkin Run it's $20, but you get gloves and hats. You give prizes for the fastest times and best costumes, and it's just kind of a fun day. So.
RHS swimmers are in Buffalo for their conference meet today and tomorrow. The Lady Wolverines have one qualifier for state in freshman Jayla Griffith. Coach Chad Fallon says his team is well positioned to have girls make it into the consolation and the finals at conference.
Kendall Vincent, Jewel Spradlin, Amelia Tate, Chloe Smith, Celeste Mikesell, they're all right there. They need 1 second or they need 2 seconds. We'll have a whole team going to conference, and I see good things happening there. And then it's last chance after that. So I feel like those ladies that I just talked about are going to get there. They've done the work.
There will also be a last chance meet in Lander's Pool next weekend for more qualifiers. Volleyball hosted Lander last night in a non-conference county rivalry matchup. Riverton would sweep the Tigers. The Lady Wolverines will wrap up the regular season against third-ranked Cody tomorrow in Park County. This has been your Wolverine Weekend. Get out and support Big Red whenever you can. I'll look at football around 3A and the playoff implications for some of the other games around the state. We'll also have our interview with Wolverine football coach Troy Anderson. You're tuned to the Wolverine football pregame show, brought to you by Porter's MVS on the County 10 Sports Network.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
I hold up wide left. They don't have any.
Ensuring you never forget your best memories, but also protecting your future adventures. Tyler Watson and State Farm is a proud supporter of the current and future Riverton Wolverine.
Wide right, McGuffey back to pass, shows the ball, throws again, looking in the end zone is DeVries, touchdown!
Find us on our website at insuringriverton.com or stop by our office at 618 East Washington Avenue to discuss protecting your future. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's time to welcome Sutherland's Home and Garden Fall Catalog. It's full of hundreds of deals to help you save, including special fall buys, ideas, how-tos, and more. Win big. Sign up in-store for your chance to win a $5,000 Sutherland's shopping spree. See store for details. Get up to 24 months special financing with your Sutherland's credit card. See store for details. Sutherland's Fall Catalog is full of can't-miss deals. Stop by the store and pick one up today or check it out online at Sutherlands.com. Sutherland's, your fall home improvement store.
Wind River Internet is proud to deliver quality, high-speed internet to businesses and residents across Fremont County. Wind River Internet is the sponsor for the County 10 live stream and sports in our community. Enjoy high-definition broadcasts. Brought to you by Wind River Internet. They also provide reliable phone services that can help you stay in touch with the important people in your life. Experience greater connection today. To get a quote and start enjoying fast, reliable services, call 307-857-2004. That's 857-2004. Or windriverinternet.com.
Catch the video stream of this broadcast and previous games this season on County 10's YouTube channel.
Again, a beautiful night in Warrior Country here in Worland High School as we get ready for the Warriors and the Wolverines in a bid to get into the state 3A football playoffs. Taking a look at some football notes this week. Big one in the East. 5th-ranked Lander at 3rd-ranked Douglas, a 6 o'clock kickoff. Wyatt Barichka's got that game on the County 10 YouTube channel as well as the KOVE radio station here in the County 10 Sports Network. If Douglas wins their first, Lander's 3rd because of the head-to-head with Buffalo. But then you go to the point criteria, and Lander needs to win by more than 9 to be the number 1 seed. If they win, but it's less than 6, they'll be number 3, basically. So a home playoff bid is on the line for Coach John Scott and the Tigers tonight. At number 1, I think you want to play well. Number 2, then you talk about winning. Then number 3, you talk about the point differential, I think, if you're in that position.
Yeah, I think it's just it's all relative, really, because you really just you are jockeying for a certain position. You would like that number 1 seed, but again, you want to just get in and play well as you roll into the playoffs. I think that's the most important thing, that you just want to play well.
Yeah, Buffalo, you don't want to say a foregone conclusion that they will win, but wow, that sounds good and loud. By golly. Buffalo is at Buffalo is at Rollins tonight at 6 o'clock. Like I said, not a foregone conclusion, but you would give Buffalo the favorite nod in that one to hold their own and do their part and see where the chips land with Buffalo or with Douglas. And Lander will keep you up to date on that game as the game goes on tonight. Out in the 3A West, Cody is number 1, Star Valley is number 2, most likely. There could be a Jackson-Powell Green River tie for 3rd and 4th. Powell would get the 3, Green River gets the 4. Jackson, I mean, there's a lot of scenarios that go with that. Cody is at Powell tonight in the Park County rivalry. Green River is at Evanston at 7. Star Valley is at Jackson at 6 o'clock tonight. So that's what the 3A looks like. Our man at WyomingFootball.com, that is Patrick Schmidt, says there are 19 games with playoff implications going on today and yesterday. One of those being Rocky Mountain Wind River. Cougars playing a little bit shorthanded, missing a couple of players, but wow, 35-0. I did not see that coming with Rocky over Wind River last night.
Yeah, and they played well. They rebounded well after a loss at home earlier in the week to their rival Shoshone. Slipped around. Sorry, I misheard that. Yeah, I was not seeing that coming either. So tough. That was a tough one for Wind River, but hopefully they can rebound and get it right in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they'll have to go on the road. But if you look at it, maybe now it's a semifinal game at Shoshone as opposed to a semifinal game at Pine Bluffs. So might not have been the end of the world for them. They got to get past Southeast or Pine Bluffs or possibly Lusk in the first round, basically, to see if they can get into that semifinal. Southeast will play Pine Bluffs tonight to decide the champ of that East Conference at 7 o'clock tonight. Shoshone, they blitzed the Natrona JV last night 56-7. Most likely will host the Lusk Tigers if the Tigers win tonight. Du Bois and Burlington, hoping that we could have gotten a final on that one. I haven't actually went out to the interwebs to check it out.
Warrior Stadium.
Good gravy, that is
and Warrior Senior Night.
That is a loud PA announcer that we have going on here as well.
Warrior football seniors.
Wow, I'm just going to have to maybe turn that thing all the way down at this point right now. But we've got Jared Anderson. He's got our first update. Let's check it out, see where we stand as far as some other scores around the state tonight.
Guys, thank you. Obviously, a lot on the line tonight as far as playoff implications, so we'll keep you up to date with scores all across Wyoming. A couple of Fremont County teams in action yesterday. I don't think anybody anticipated seeing this. Rocky Mountain just blows out Wind River as the Cougars travel 35-0, the final score there. The Grizzlies clinch the number 2 seed. Wind River will have to go on the road in the first round of the playoffs. Shoshone took care of the Natrona Sophomores 56-17. They were supposed to play Wyoming Indian. Unfortunately, the Chiefs had to forfeit, so Shoshone gets the forfeit win and the literal win against Natrona's Sophomores on the field. Lander is at Douglas tonight for an interesting game with a lot of playoff implications. That one kicks off at 6 o'clock, and DuBois downed Burlington earlier today, 60-52 in a shootout game. Back to you.
All right. We can't hear anything, but we're going to come back here to Worland Warriors Stadium, and DuBois beating Burlington 60-52. How much of that do you show? They're probably going to meet in the second week in the semifinals, most likely, between those two. What do you show on this 1 week before you're going to meet them type of thing?
Yeah, I think you just remain basic and you run your stuff, which is important.
Football, FCA.
Yeah, so we really, as a team that's moving forward and going into those playoffs, you're really just trying to hone what you're good at. Keep your identity, continue to move forward, and continue just to do those things, play good defense, and run the ball.
They always say the team that loses the second time around makes more adjustments than the team does. You don't want to lose, but at the same time, you don't want to be put in that situation. But DuBois wins it by a count of 60-52. And other big games tonight in the 2A West, Kimmer and Mountain View meeting for the 4th seed from the conference at state. Winner gets Bighorn in the first round. 2A East, Torrington is at Newcastle for the 4th seed, and they'll go out and play Lovell in the first round. So Torrington, Newcastle to Lovell is a pretty good travel as well. Lyman plays Cokeville for the 2nd seed. Loser will have to go to Tongue River. Winner will get the home game. And then one thing that I think is interesting in that 2 teams will play for their first wins tonight. 4 teams play for their first win tonight. Moorcroft hosting Guernsey. Ten Sleep is traveling to Hannah. So there you go. Those are some teams.
Yeah.
I'm going to go up to the press box and see if I can't let people know that I'm here with Travis McIntosh and know who he is so we can get this PA turned down just a little bit. When we come back, we'll chat with Troy Anderson. He is the head coach of the Wolverines. This is the pregame show brought to you by Porter's MVS, Porter's Mountain View Supply, our tailgate sponsor here on 105.1 Jack FM.
Gales Carpet Floor and Home is happy to support student athletes in sports across Fremont County. Gales Carpet One Floor and Home has been a Fremont County fixture for decades, specializing in flooring, window coverings, and cabinets, as well as the professional, certified installation of those products. Stop into Gales Floor and Home today at 220 East Main Street, Riverton, or see them online at galescarpet1riverton.com.
Tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just tires.
Keep it local. Try it on, save time and money on returns, and get advice in person at Bells & Bows. Our business is your best local source for quality clothing like Liverpool and keeping your look fresh every month with our new collections bag. These monthly collections bags feature anything you can imagine yourself in, and the best part is we will ship it everywhere. But if you live locally, we can drop it off right at your doorstep. Bells & Bows, your local solution to keeping you looking stylish for anything that comes your way. Stop in today at 309 East Main Street in Riverton or visit us online at bellsandbows.rocks.
Brown Sugar Coffee Roastery is proud to be a supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Brown Sugar is a locally owned and operated restaurant located in downtown Riverton. Their passion is coffee and locally sourced foods. Be sure to stop in for dinner service and look for a new menu coming soon. Brown Sugar Coffee Roastery. See them online at brownsugarcoffeeroastery.com or stop in at 203 East Main Street, Riverton.
Central Wyoming College has a new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Early Childhood Education.
Being a teacher has always been a dream of mine.
This degree combines the academic, assessment, and classroom management content that students need to be successful in the classroom. Gain knowledge in how young children grow and develop physically and cognitively, and guide them to social and emotional development.
What I really like about the education program here at CWC is that we get a lot of classroom experience.
Make your way at CWC.
Porter's pregame, talking with head coach Troy Anderson, and kind of a mixed bag last week.
Yeah, I mean, getting behind the power curve, 4 touchdowns early, it's just murderous on a team. After that, we established some things. Blake and the passing game are good. I still think our run game still has not been where we wanted by anybody's account. And I think to win in the 3A, I think we know that we have to run the ball against good teams like Buffalo, who they are good. Defensively, again, we kind of broke, to be quite honest, early in those 4, and then we kind of got some things together. Our tackling was a little rough, some arm tackles and not really getting great run-throughs. We knew exactly what they were going to do. They run power football, they run a little bit of counter, and they run their quarterback, and I think they threw the ball 4 times. So, this is what they didn't show us anything that we weren't prepared for mentally and visually. It was just the physical application of things.
Looking at this game, I don't think is a whole lot different as far as what they do. I mean, they've got some playmakers that they want to get the hands on the ball. Yeah. And I think, looking in, and maybe you'll come up with something different, but I think maybe whoever can establish some kind of run game is probably going to win this game.
Yeah, possession. I mean, this team, I would liken them very much to Lander. I'd liken them to us. They've got their dudes, right? And they're fully committed to getting their dudes the ball, which is awesome, and every team should do that. But the other thing, they live on chunks offensively, big chunk plays that get down the field in the passing game, and can be demoralizing on a point. But there's a psychological aspect of running the ball and possessing the ball, I think, that plays well. You could certainly get into a shootout with a team like this, and maybe at the end you don't. But if you can possess the ball and keep it out of their skill guys' hands offensively, I think you that gives you an even a better chance.
You get your quarterback back, which gives you kind of a conundrum. You had a freshman throw for 240 yards last week, but it's looking like Derek's back in there to take the snaps. And
I think, you can't ask a player not to play. So you always, and I'm sure, everybody on staff and in the household are concerned about Derek doing Derek things on the running game, but you can't tell a guy not to do that. Luckily for us, we've got a guy that's been vetted for a varsity game, and so I think the playbook's going to be a little more open, if you will, than it has been at least last week, and it's awful good. He has a lot of the intangibles that you want in a quarterback out there in his posture, even at that, and so I think that's pretty cool.
Playoffs begin tonight. I mean, it is do or die. I mean, it's
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, man. We don't have to the formulas, right? We don't. There's nothing about it. You go for 48 minutes and you see what happens, and it's on the board, and then you get to advance to next week. And regardless of regardless of what people think, you get but you get to go get for us a 10th game, which is awesome. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic to be able to go play a 10th game, regardless of the comp, and to play good comp is always a desire. So I hope we're psychologically ready for that and desire that deeply. That's our word of the week, is desire.
And a couple of things, in noticing this is, the good things I think have to happen early for the football team, and we've fumbled the opening play 2 weeks in a row and stuff, and that's kind of led to the avalanche. So hopefully the head start, but hopefully I think the kids will have some resiliency at the same time.
Yeah, I think so. We've got a little bit of confidence. I mean, last year's game didn't go as well as we went. We did some decent things. We went up there 2 years ago with the 2020 team, and we're more than competitive and played against, I think that was Weber's first start, I think, actually. And I would expect him to be available this week as well, as much as he can be. And to go up there and just have some fun and play as much football as we can and get to a good start. I think that's probably the one thing I keep reiterating. I spend some time down at the junior high watching junior high sports right now, and confidence is such a handful of sand. and it can just slip away real quick.
Well, as evidenced by playing Lander tooth and nail, and then other games getting away quickly. How healthy are we as we go into this last week of the season?
We're generally healthy. Tyree's not going to be with us tonight. He got some imaging done, and they suggested and told him he had some stuff going on there. So he's in a treatment program with Paige. So he's the only one. Everybody else is full goal. So it's awesome.
Best of luck tonight, Coach, and we'll talk to you when it's over.
All right, thank you, sir.
You bet. It's head coach Troy Anderson of the Riverton Wolverines. Stay with us. This is your Porter's pregame show. It continues as we'll take a little closer look at this one and kick it off. Worland, Riverton 3A East Conference playoff battle next on County 10 Sports.
Elevate Rehab in Lander is a proud sponsor of sports in Fremont County. Elevate offers physical and occupational therapy and specializes in hand therapy. Elevate Rehab also offers one-on-one personalized treatment for every patient. Their dedicated team of highly skilled and specialized therapists will help you on your journey back to better health and mobility. Elevate Rehab, 535 East Main, Suite D in Lander.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletics for more than 25 years. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism and community. With specialized training and one-on-one service, they get you back to doing what you love. Whether you need rehab for an injury from a sports-certified specialist or therapy from the only certified hand therapist in Fremont County. With 6 locations in western Wyoming, they provide aquatic therapy, dry needling, and women's health therapy. To find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment, go to fremonttherapy.com.
High Country Hearing Center supports patient hearing health care with a superior standard of practice for our Wyoming families, and we are proud to sponsor sports and student athletes all across Fremont County. High Country Hearing Centers has been serving Wyoming's hearing health care needs since 1979. High Country Hearing Centers will always provide superior hearing instrument technology and standard of care practices to help you stay connected with family and help you maintain a more active and healthier Wyoming lifestyle. Make an appointment today in Lander at 1460 West Main or in Rock Springs at 514 Broadway.
Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care support Fremont County athletics. We are a locally owned, multi-specialty healthcare group that is proud to serve the Lander and Riverton communities. Our goal is to provide convenient quality care for all ages. We offer a wide array of services including family and internal medicine, pediatrics, women's care, and urgent care. Additionally, we have on-site labs, echocardiograms, stress tests, x-ray, and ultrasound in both communities. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care are here for you in Fremont County. Let's stay healthy.
For the Riverton Wolverines, 105.1 Jack FM and on County 10's YouTube channel.
Coin toss is going on at midfield between these two teams. They stopped the clock on warm-ups for senior night. Ordinarily, I'm not a huge fan of putting a national anthem on the radio just simply because you don't have, I think, proper time to mic it up. But given the PA situation here, you can probably hear it at home. If you step outside in Riverton, you could probably hear the PA announcer from here. But we'll catch that national anthem here in just a minute. And we talked about it last week. We're like the animated PA. This one is just sheer volume. Riverton has won the toss. They have deferred. Worland will accept the football going left to right as we look at Warriors Stadium here tonight. As Braden Vincent and Ty Sheets were your captains out there. And like I said, if you step outside in Riverton, you can probably hear the PA announcer through the canyon and over the hills. People in the stands are plugging their right ear from the speaker on the side here tonight. And it's just a crazy situation.
Yeah. I wish they kind of had bleachers on the visitor side.
They did a couple years ago in the COVID times, so to speak. But now that we can all breathe the same air, they put us back on this side. So the national anthem is going to come, and so we are going to stay here for this. And the jazz band will sing the national anthem. So we'll stay here for that.
I apologize.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so they illustrate my point about not wanting to put a national anthem over the airwaves because you just don't get the proper chance to mic it up. And I thought that PA would have you boom it out, but unfortunately you didn't get to hear it. So we'll hope the rest of the night goes a little better than the pregame show is. This is your pregame show. It's been brought to you by Porter's MVS and Porter's Mountain View Supply. They are sponsoring our broadcast today, reminding you that winter is right around the corner, like Sunday, in fact. And it's time to prep your wood, gas, or pellet stove for the season. Everything you need from new installs to supplies and accessories. Porter's on North Federal in Riverton and online at portersmvs.com.
To Warrior Stadium. Let's give them a hand tonight.
Wolverine Froshmores were victorious earlier today as they won 38-30 against this Worland team. Game that they had to shorten because of so much scoring. It took too long. It took too long to get things going. So
good for them, though. I think that's 2 in a row they've won.
Yeah, beat Douglas.
Beat Douglas. And
did not win at Buffalo, unfortunately.
Oh, that's right. So,
Troy, have him turn the PA up a little too, please. Troy Anderson heading by.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet for the starting lineups for the Worland Warriors.
I need to get his name because he'll be the third man on the broadcast here tonight because you'll probably hear him more than you will us. I'm going to put my shirt on real quick here.
Carter Clark. A senior wearing number 7.
Carter Clark last week took over the quarterback duties. He hadn't played since the Powell game because of an injury to his leg. The first game he comes back, he takes off and is the quarterback. Throws for 128 yards last week. But you'll hear number 7's name tonight. That's Cade Weber. He is the one that has missed the last game because of his right ankle is taped up pretty heavily, in fact. And speaking of right ankles taped up pretty heavily tonight, keep an eye on Bryce Mason as he twisted his ankle in sports performance this morning. And I said, so you're not playing, right? And he says, no, I am. And so we'll see about Bryce's mobility and ability tonight with that injury going on here this evening.
Yeah, it's just one of those things this time of year. It's just everybody's kind of beat up a little bit. And unfortunately for Bryce, it was just an accident in a class. But you know, still it's at end of the season, 9th, 10th week, and you got your bumps, bruises, and nicks. And so hopefully they can just, our guys can power through and do what they need to get a W tonight.
Speaking of nicks, your Nick feeling okay?
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Good.
Cade Gabrielson probably not playing defense tonight because of that shoulder, but will be on the offensive side as long as he can be productive, basically. And then the other thing is it will be Derek DeVries at quarterback tonight after Blake Gattenbein stepped in fine at QB last week, throwing for 240 yards. They will go back with Derek DeVries quarterbacking it here tonight. 3 players on the Worland sidelines did not play until their senior year. Bennett, Vega, and Court Gonzalez coming out as seniors. And Court Gonzalez, one of the names at the top of all of the stat sheets right now for this football team for the Worland Warriors as well. Duzanis will drop back deep to receive this kick along with Court Gonzalez, and they've scouted Riverton. They know that they don't kick deep a lot, do the Wolverines, as Hunter Saltzgaver going to put it on a squib, and it'll be fielded by a Warrior, and it will be 1st and 10 Warriors at their own 38-yard line is where they'll start.
Yeah, that was a different kind of squib look by Hunter. Usually he goes towards the sidelines, and this time he squibbed it up the hash. So
yeah. I think maybe trying to tag a lineman perhaps or something along that nature. So Cade Weber will step in as the quarterback. Cade went to a Manning passing camp this summer, got to meet Peyton Manning. He's got a 70% completion ratio last year, has most of his receiving core back. He's the leading rusher on the team, but with that right ankle taped up, it'll be interesting to see how much he will be able to scramble today as he'll hand it off left side off tackle. Carrying that is Ruger Mascaro, and he'll get out to the 41-yard line for a 3-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, it was a nice scrape by the linebackers and a good play there. Looks like Worland's gonna run their plays in from the sideline. I thought they're gonna go no huddle there, go quick, but they're gonna still huddle up.
So the tackle by Bryce Mason is back out in his number 55 jersey as opposed to his 31. Handoff Duzanis. He will be hit and dropped. Great tackle for the Wolverines by Xavier Garcia.
Yep.
Gain of a yard by Duzanis. And it will be 3rd down and about 6 for the Warriors at the 42-yard line as Carter Clark and Brock Duzanis kind of taking turns by committee running plays into the ball game.
Yeah, that was a great play by Xavier. He stood his guy up and tackled him for no gain.
Came through nicely. Trips to the near side. Gonzalez, Clark, and Duzanis. Solo to the far side. They're going to play action. Court's going to actually is going to be incomplete. Trying for Carter Clark. He would have been short of the first down anyway. And it will be a 3 and out. And the Warriors will punt it away.
Yeah, good coverage by Dominic Payne there. Right there, sat in on that slant. It looks like they wanted to throw a quick screen out here to the wide side, out to the strip side. But we had numbers and established outside contained pretty well.
Denise will punt it away. It's going to be short. Wolverine's going to have to bail out of the way, and it's going to roll down about the 26-yard line.
Well, that was a perfect 3 and out for the Wolverines. Great job establishing it on defensive end. Now let's see if we can get a couple first downs on offense. Something also, look at that, the snap was really high, so it looks like something we could attack on the special team side as well later.
PA announcer said 48 yards on the punt. Unfortunately, I've got 32 yards. They were just on this side of the 50 to the 26, so 24 at 8 is 32. So 1st and 10 Wolverines, 10:32 left to play on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. DeVries, first play from scrimmage, going to step up. He's going to be hit from behind, and he's going to be brought down. Is that 51 or 61 making the tackle? Bryce Wolfenden, number 61, making that tackle, and DeVries will get nothing.
Yeah, he was looking off to his left, and nobody just cleared in the open there, and the pass rush got to us. Yeah, initially it was good.
Was in looking at the play and didn't actually see the routes and where things were going there.
Yeah, we just didn't get enough separation on our routes.
Nathan Mills, Ryan Watson, Ryan Cox on the left side of him. Xavier Garcia on the other side as they'll hand it off to Sheets. Gets a good push from Hutchison. He'll come back and he will be stuck hard by Daniel Lopez, the nose guard. He's a sophomore starting, and Ty's going to get maybe 1 yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Worland did a pretty good job establishing, keeping outside contained. Ty ran wide and just wasn't able to get the sideline, so he stopped and tried to cut it back up on the inside, and it was a
good job by Duzanis kind of pushing out on Hutchison to make that corner a little wider out there as well.
Yep.
Vincent next to DeVries, steps up to throw. He's going to throw an out. That is going to be caught by McIntosh, and Nick will be out near the 50-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Wolverines.
McIntosh with the
They will mark him at the 48.
Yeah, really soft cushion there by Worland, mostly in 3rd and long, and Nick was able to pull it in and make a nice little catch there and turn it up. He came up a little gimpy, though, at the end.
21-yard completion. And a 1st and 10. Wolverines at the Worland 48-yard line. Play action, throw to Ty Sheets. Duzanis will bring him down in the open field. Maybe a loss of a yard even on the play.
Sheets with the catch, but it'll be
Brock Duzanis with the tackle. Going back to Daniel Lopez, who made that tackle a couple of plays ago. He's a nose guard, moved to Colorado due to family reasons. Spent about a month down there and kind of hated life in the athletics. Was a whole lot different situation than you see in Worland, and has moved back and got himself back into game shape and works his way into the starting lineup as a sophomore here in Worland.
Yeah, that's what athletics is about. It could really help a kid and kind of straighten him out in a lot of ways.
Ryan Cox going to move on that left side of the line, and he knew it immediately. He pounds the ground, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. And, you know, penalties are drive killers anyway, but in a game that I think is going to be decided by one score here possibly tonight, a dogfight, these penalties kind of get magnified just a little bit more each time. And unfortunately for Riverton, they get a ding on a 5-yarder right there, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 16 as they get moved back to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, and that's just it. Just puts your offense in it limits your play calling, and it does has a whole bunch of factors.
Gabrielson, Hutchison, Vincent to the upside. Bottom side is Monroe and Sheets. DeVries going to step up. He's going to go long. He's going to overthrow Draven Monroe. Covering out there for the Warriors was Mason Decker. That'll be the first incomplete pass of the night for DeVries.
We'll bring up
5-yard drive that started at their own 26 at the 10:42 mark. They've taken a little over 2.5 minutes off the clock, but now face a 3rd down and 16 situation.
Yeah, and just simply on that route, it looked like Draven stopped. I don't know if he misjudged or what, but if he would have probably kept running, he would have had a shot to make a play at it.
Well, what do you dial up here? I mean, are you in 4-down territory? I would say no, maybe early in 4-down territory, but Sheets will come in motion. DeVries will let him set up alongside Hutchison. Derek's going to step up. He's going to be pressured, taken out of the pocket, and he's going to get out to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about 4th and 3. Now this might be 4-down territory for you because you got a pretty good shot at getting it.
4th and 3.
13-yard carry by Derek. And that's exactly what I was going to say is if you cross the 50, maybe are you in 4-down territory, and is it going to be manageable? 4th and about 3 for the Wolverines at the Warrior 45-yard line as they cross into plus territory. Gabrielson, Hutchison go to the top of the screen. Sheets and Monroe at the bottom. Vincent going to get the carry. Nope, going to pull it out. DeVries, he's going to be at the 1st down marker to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great zone read by Derek. He read the defensive end, and at the end really sucked and went to the zone play, and he pulled it.
And it was a perfect pull because right in there was Bryce Woofenden that would have woofed him to the ground at that point, but instead it is going to be a good pull on the RPO by DeVries. It'll take it to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 Riverton. This is the 8th play of the drive that started at their own 26-yard line. 5 wideouts again. Hutchison in motion. He'll get the toss ahead, which will end up being a pass. Duzanis will bring him down to the ground. Ball might have squirted out, but he was down first as they'll mark it at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, they ran to the left side there again, and that was a really good job by the men up front. They just kept moving their feet, and they created a little crease there, which Hutch was able to wiggle through and get positive yards.
2nd down and 4.
Here's a stat you may not be aware of, but Star Valley had more passing yards against Cody than they did against Riverton. And I can tell by your reaction you did not anticipate that.
Not at all, yeah.
2nd down and 4 as Sheets will go across. DeVries setting up a screen on the outside. Is going to be caught by Vincent, and he's going to lose all the yardage they just got as they're going to lose 7 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 9. Well, that screen sniffed out well by the Warrior defense.
Yeah, they sat on it really well. They saw him sneak out, and there's 2 or 3 of them just right there.
Derek, 4 of 5, 21 yards passing with that 8-yard completion to Hutch as it was a pitch forward, which is how Taft and Krog and Star Valley rack up the passing yards. DeVries back to pass, throws one. It'll be caught by Sheets at the sticks. He's got a 1st down and more. Duzanis will bring him down.
That was a great catch. Middle linebacker blitzed, and Ty just sat in that hole right across right in front of him, and he was sitting down, and I think Derek was trying to lead him, think he was still running a man route, and Ty just snagged it. What a good catch.
Yeah, 16-yard completion, and wanted to check out the replay, but we're out of time on that. Wolverines will send 4 in the pattern once again. Cade and Nathan to the top, Ty and Draven to the bottom. Hand it off. Nope, keeping it. DeVries jukes one man, and then finally will get brought down from behind by Ruger Mascaro. But a good 1st down run by DeVries. Going to be a 9-yard carry. That'll be his 4th carry of the night already for 28 yards for Derek DeVries.
Yeah, that backside DN again. He he went for the run, and he pulled it.
That's Woofenden, who's made a couple of pretty good tackles early in this ball game, but Derek gets away from him here as the Wolverines back to pass. DeVries flushed out of the pocket, takes off on the run. Woofenden will get him right at the line of scrimmage. Half a yard, if anything. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Yeah, good coverage by Worland downfield. They're playing man with a man free, so free safeties free.
Yeah,
and just had good coverage.
Good coverage, sack there, and then Woofenden comes off of his man to make the tackle. 3rd and less than a yard out there at the 13-yard line. They basically just have to cross that hash of the 13-yard line to get a first down. 4:18 left. Wolverines have taken 6 minutes off of the clock. This is play number 12 of the drive.
Yeah, this is exactly what we need to do. We need to keep the ball in our hands, just what Coach Anderson was talking about at the beginning.
Derek's just going to take it himself, and he'll be tackled by Ruger Mascaro, but not before he takes it to the 10-yard line, and a 3-yard gain is a Wolverine first down.
The 11-yard line. Yeah, that was just a catch and go, quarterback draw.
Design quarterback draw up the middle for sure, and even blitzing on the play was Ruger Mascaro.
Yeah. So this is really a great drive by the Wolverines. We're establishing the run in the pass. So
1st and 10 at the 11. Gabrielson and Vincent split wide. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen in Monroe, Sheets, and Hutchison. And we get a timeout called by the Wolverines. So that'll be the first timeout called there. They won't put that on the scoreboard, so we'll keep it on ours as the Wolverines will call it timeout. Thanks to Bailey Tire and Auto for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Bailey Tire and Auto in Riverton and Lander. Huge selection of every kind of tire you can think of. Check them out. Stick around for the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show coming up here at the conclusion of the broadcast tonight. Be the conclusion of the season for one of these two teams as they're out here tonight. Had a great conversation with Pat Sweeney in his 3rd year. Talked for about 30 minutes earlier today. 2 All-Staters last year on the team. One was Jory Anderson, which a lot of Riverton folks know from the Andersons there in Riverton. He actually was a Riverton Raider baseball player this summer for them, and saw Kara, his mom, before the game, talking with a lot of Riverton people. He was one of those All-Staters. The other is Cade Weber, who's right now not been a factor because he's not playing defense, and he went 3 and out on offense right now. So the other All-Stater not being a factor in this as the Wolverines are back at it now just outside the 10 at the 11. DeVries going to take off running once again, and he will take it down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and right there.
Newell, the tackle. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Derek did just good. He does such a great job of feeling pressure, and he can feel that outside pressure on his blind side. Something we talked about Blake, a young quarterback, not having sometimes, and Derek just stepped up and took a run for it. We can still get a first down here.
Right, Creed Newell brings him down at the 2-yard line. 2nd down and a yard from the 2-yard line. Like you said, can get a first down. DeVries just going to take it himself. He will get to the goal line, and he is in. That is a Wolverine touchdown with 2:42 left to play in the first quarter. A drive that goes 13 plays, takes 8 minutes exactly off of the first quarter Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Travis capped off on a 2-yard touchdown run by Derek DeVries.
Yeah, great job by the line up front. Yeah, you know, they're really holding their own in establishing dominance up front.
The freshman, Hunter Saltzgaver, out of the hold of McIntosh, who has been a Houdini back there on certain occasions. The snap from DeVries, low snap, kick is on the way. Looks good, is good. And we've got the first lead of the night. The Wolverines 7, the Warriors nothing. This is the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. This is Wolverine football from County 10. And 105.1 Jack FM will take a 30, and we'll be back after this.
Gales Carpet Floor & Home is happy to support student athletes in sports across Fremont County. Gales Carpet One Floor & Home has been a Fremont County fixture for decades, specializing in flooring, window coverings, and cabinets, as well as the professional, certified installation of those products. Stop into Gales Floor & Home today at 220 East Main Street, Riverton, or see them online at galescarpet1riverton.com.
13 plays, 74 yards, 8 minutes off the clock. And the Wolverines with a 2-yard run by Derek DeVries score. You throw in a 21-yard pass to Nick McIntosh, a 16-yard catch by Sheets, 13 and an 8-yard catch, so to speak, in a run. And it is a 2-yard run by DeVries, and the Wolverines are on top. So couldn't ask for a better start,
no.
Especially after the last 2 weekends where the opening kickoff and the opening play of the game were fumbled away.
Yeah, it was an outstanding start by us, and so let's see if we can continue. Man, we're swarming to the ball.
Yes, sir. Ryan Cox, Braden Vincent also making that play out there. Xander Carpenter, as picking that ball up was Creedon Newell, and he gets swarmed under at the 31-yard line is where the Warriors will start their second drive. They started the first at their own 38.
Yeah, that was great coverage on that little squib kick by Saltzgaver, and we had a lot of people there around the football.
If we kick it out of bounds, that's where they're going to start anyways, at that 35-yard line. So good strategy there with the freshman kicker and the Wolverines. So back at it is Weber. Play action, throws it to the near side. Court Gonzalez. He will be run down from behind by Vincent. Payne also in there, and Ty Sheets as well, but Gonzalez will pick up 2 on the catch from Weber.
Yeah, that was a good job. That was that quick that we saw earlier that we covered really well, that they missed on the third down, and good job of our kids running sideline to sideline.
Court Gonzalez, the 10th best receiver in 3A with 8 touchdowns. He ran for 82 yards against Lander. Actually, that's Brock Duzanis, 10th best receiver in catches at 46, 8th best in kick return. He's also a kicker. He's hit 11 of 13, has Gonzalez, number 24, who's lined up at a tight end spot right now. I formation. Weber throws it out. It's going to be caught by Carter Clark. Gabrielson, who I was told wasn't playing defense, makes the tackle at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Cade Plates coming up from his corner possession. Again, they just ran a short little hitch there on the outside.
Well, like I said, last I had heard from the kid that lives in the basement at my house, he was not playing on defense, and here he is out there at corner as opposed to the safety position. It looks like, is that Blake Gantenbein at safety?
Yeah, that's Blake at safety as well.
Cage out there playing corner along with Sheets. Well, and that may be predicated by your kid that limped off, Nick McIntosh, that just limped off the field just a bit ago. And then the Wolverines are going to jump off sides on defense, and that's going to be very close to a Warrior first down.
Yeah, caught us on our own freeze, play. So
it'll be just a whisker short.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate when that happens. You really have them reeling, not knowing what to call, and you kind of bail them out here a little bit.
Second penalty of the night for 10 yards. Ryan Cox, a sophomore, plays above his years. Big kid, great frame. Put some weight and muscle on that kid. He'll be a terror in the next few years. Xavier Garcia on that front line as well. Weber's going to, actually it's a direct snap to Duzanis. He's stripped of the football. He's going to have the first down as he got back on it. It's going to be about a gain of a couple by Duzanis as he got it stripped. Let's see if we can watch the replay and see where this ball gets, which Wolverine perhaps gets a strip on it. Yeah, can't see as somebody came by. It might have actually been Ryan Cox that got the strip on it, but they'll put it at the 46. So Warriors survive what might have been the first turnover of the football game.
I think that should be a penalty. They
Yeah.
break the huddle with 12.
Well, and they let them run one off. So
yeah,
307 officiating crew. Chris Edwards, the girls basketball coach at Lovell, is your white hat. Hutchison will make a tackle on Duzanis at the 47. That'll be a 7-yard gain by Duzanis.
Holding.
And a holding penalty against the Warriors will say not a 7-yard gain by Duzanis. Instead will be 10 from the spot of the foul, which I don't see the back it up back to the 40. I never know how to put that in the stat sheet because he ran for 7, and you lost 10, but it's from the spot, so it ends up being 1st and 16 now. So we'll call it a 6-yard penalty, I guess. I don't know.
I know.
I think after a couple hundred football games, I'd be on that. That one's just thrown away as that given up on the route was Carter Clark. Maybe some miscommunication. Gabrielson had stopped with Clark. Had he kept going, he might have been able to have a shot at that at the 30, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's it exactly. I was going to say probably a miscommunication. Looked like a read route up top, and Cade was in the right spot. Looked like we had Gantenbein over the top, Blake to help sniff that out anyway.
Kind of got dual safeties with Hutchison back out there as well. Weber, play action, throws over the middle. That is going to be caught by Duzanis. He's going to run over tacklers and finally be brought down by Sheets. And also coming in from behind is Zarek Prosser. But Duzanis going to be real close to a first down. It is a 16-yard completion and a first down for Brock Duzanis.
Yeah, the unfortunate part there was that we made the initial hit and made the initial tackle, and we were right there, and we just stopped our feet and didn't finish the tackle and bring our hips
Payne
through.
had first opportunity at him, and that'll end the first quarter of football. End of one on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard in the battle for the playoffs. Move on or lose and your season is over. It's the Wolverines 7. It's the Warriors nothing. Warrior football in Wolverine territory. When we come back after this 30-second break, this is Wolverine football from 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just tires.
Your place, your home, Wolverine.
Let me try to play two things at once. See, I was just bragging me up. Look what happened to me right there. Your place for the Riverton Wolverines is 105.1 Jack FM. Your scoreboard tonight brought to you by Fremont Therapy in Riverton and Lander. For more than 25 years, Fremont Therapy has been Fremont County's leader in physical and occupational therapy, and we'll get more after this play as running with it is Duzanis. He'll have the first down and more as he'll get the corner, and he'll be pushed out of bounds by the freshman Gantenbein at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, he did a nice job of setting up his blocks and then just bouncing to the outside, and he just kept going to the outside, and eventually we ran him out of bounds. But we were there initially. We just got to make the play.
Duzanis, 4 carries, 36 yards now. It's a 9-yard clip per carry for Brock Duzanis.
Yeah, I really look for him to go run heavy right now at us.
Play action, Weber. See how mobile he is on that ankle as he'll chuck it out of bounds, and Clark will grab it at the 19 out in front of Dominic Payne. That'll be a 7-yard completion.
Yeah, you can tell that he's pretty gimpy. He didn't want to really go out there.
But he did enough to do it. He's a gamer, that kid. As like I said, went to the Manning passing camp this summer. He's the leading rusher on this team as well at that quarterback position. So even though you have a lot of your playbook when you get that quarterback back, you kind of don't at the same time because of his mobility or limited mobility thereof. Second down and about 4. I formation gun. Ball is loose. Duzanis will pick it up. He will run right into the arms of Ryan Watson, who brings him down. They'll lose they'll lose a lot of yards on that one.
Yeah.
19 out. They'll give it forward progress to the 27, a loss of 8. Who do you give the loss to, unfortunately? Brock, because he picked it up?
Probably because he picked it up. Yeah. That's what their third or fourth fumble, in the last 4 or 5 plays. So, we're going to get one of those if we just keep rallying. We had a lot of Wolverines there.
9th play of the drive that started at their own 31-yard line. We're a minute old here in the second quarter of football on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Wolverines with a 7-0 lead. Duzanis one-on-one. Well, he's not. He's doubled by Cade and by Payne, and busting through is Cox, but Mosquero is going to be dropped by Draven Monroe at the 20. That's going to be 4-down territory. That's manageable there at 4 yards, 4th and 4.
Yeah. Again, unfortunately, Ryan was right there, made the initial hit, just didn't finish, wrap him up.
Something went flying out of there, too, like a mouth guard or something on somebody, but Draven Monroe brings him down. 4th down, and have they kicked field goals this year? They're 0 for 1, and I don't know how long that attempt was. Riverton has not attempted a field goal this season. Duzanis out of the Wildcat, clapping his hands. He'll reset. He's got Mascaro next to him. He's going to take it himself, and Brock is going to have the first down and more down to the 10-yard line. Ty Sheets will get him there. That'll be a 10-yard carry on the Wildcat by Duzanis. He busted off a 51-yarder for a touchdown against Lander on that play last week. And here he is taking the ball just outside of the Wolverine 10-yard line.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to stay in that Wildcat formation with Weber off on the sidelines here.
Douglas leads Lander 14-0. Douglas also kicked an onside kick early, and now we'll get a penalty on this one. And it's going to be a false start against the Warriors. Their second penalty of the night now for 11 yards total. 1st and 15 at the 15 now. 9:43 left in the first half.
See if they try to throw it.
11th. Now this is the 12th play as Duzanis again gets. I didn't see. I was watching this snap. Was it on the line?
Yeah, it was on the left tackle.
Okay. And they did not put numbers, so there's no need for us to point that out more than it is and accentuate the negative
yeah.
other than just saying what it is. And I didn't know if it was a receiver that had done it or it came from the interior line, though. So
maybe I shouldn't have pointed that out that much there.
Well, and we didn't say any names. Nope, it's Weber. Back out to Clark. Dominic Payne has a hold of his jersey. He's going to bring him back out. Was that a face mask? Did the flag come in? It looked like he had him like right under it to me on the shoulder pad, but I think you're right. A second look is going to be.
By Clark. Personal foul.
Yeah, and it's going to be the 15-yard variety on top of it.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. They have 2 mental mistakes, and then we have one there too, and just wipes all that out. So,
3rd penalty of the night for 25 yards.
Back to the original line of scrimmage, I guess, here, huh?
Yeah, and first down on the 15-yard personal foul as well. Weber steps up, throws. That'll be caught. And Ty Sheets will bring down the receiver, Trey Bennett. A 7-yard completion. And it's going to be 2nd and 2. Warriors trying to knot it up. Trey Bennett's first catch of the night. Cade Weber, 6 of 8, 32 yards. Wolverines will run a defensive player on late. That is Xander Carpenter. Duzanis out of the Wildcat. The ball flops out of his hands, but going to be recovered by Nathan Hutchison. Duzanis and number 31, Ruger Mascaro, miscommunication on where that snap was coming. Hutchison recovers it at the 6, and the Wolverines have recovered the first fumble of the night.
Just by my initial eye, I'm thinking that it hit him in the hands, and like he wasn't ready for, or maybe it hit the back.
It looked like Mascaro was going to cross in front of Duzanis, and it hit him right in the shoulder, and he wasn't the intended receiver for the snap, so he wasn't ready to catch it, I think. And Duzanis and company will turn it over, and the Wolverines will get it at the 7.
So that's a great opportunity for us. So
13 plays from their own 31, fumble at the 7-yard line, and the Wolverines will get it back now with 8:30 left to play in the first quarter, and they'll do so at their own 7. Snap to DeVries will go across the 10, out of bounds at the 11. It'll be a 4-yard carry by Derek. That is already his 7th carry of the night for 44 yards, and that was one thing Troy talked about coming into this was Derek doing Derek things, and that is taking off running and Kid's just coming off concussion protocol, and he's already ran the ball 7 times out there.
Yeah, and he feels like we said earlier, he just feels the pressure, and he's just got to go, and he escapes it so well.
Well, and Troy said it. You can't ask a kid not make
No.
a play, and that's what he does. And he goes out there and makes those plays. 2nd down and 6. Handoff to Payne. Nope, going to pull it himself is DeVries, and he'll run through a couple of tackles, and it's going to take about 7 Warriors to bring him down at the 23-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain and a Wolverine first down.
Yeah, that was just a great gutsy run by Derek.
Well, and he ran past his blocker, and then Ryan Cox says, well, let me help you out here. He just goes, by definition, the aiding the runner is still a rule, but it's gone out the window anymore.
Yes.
I mean, it's just whoever can push the pile is okay nowadays.
Yeah, since the Bush push, right?
Yeah, first down, Riverton, 7-0 lead. DeVries running out again, throws that ball. It's incomplete, intended for Sheets, and maybe a good thing it wasn't thrown on the mark, or that might have been picked off by Tillman Burns out there making a good play. Tillman, good story about him. He was a quarterback. They moved him to linebacker. He's just a sophomore and very physical, and he's relentless according to the coach, and just doing a good job out there. And there you see him in prime position to make a pick. If that ball was probably thrown where it should have been, he might have been able to get some paws on that and pick it off.
Yeah, with the accuracy that Derek usually has on the ball, he just had somebody wrapped around his waist when he was trying to throw it.
2nd down and 10. Sheets will go in motion. Payne next to DeVries, stepping up to throw. Looks like they wanted the screen. They will give the screen. Payne gets a block from Draven Monroe. He'll get out to the 31. He'll take a hard shot from Mascaro as he'll be marked right at the 30-yard line. A 7-yard completion. It's a physical play out there.
Yeah, and Dominic, just a physical kid too, and he just popped right back up from the physical hit in the huddle and ready to go again.
Yeah, boy, Mascaro come in and tattooed him at the 30-yard line. 7 minutes left to play in the first half. 7-0 Wolverines on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Wolverines with 101 yards of offense, 79 yards by the Warriors. Wolverines had 74 of it on their first scoring drive of 13 plays. DeVries keeping first down out across the 37-yard line, a 7-yard carry, and they'll move the chains. 9 carries, 63 yards now for Derek DeVries.
Yeah. Looks like we're having some little extracurricular activity going on that caught my eye there, but that was a good run by Derek up the middle.
I see Mascaro being visited by the white hat official of the 307 officiating crew. Was there a Wolverine tangled up with him?
Yeah, there's a little Wolverine tangled up with him. So
1st and 10, 6.5 left. This is a very quick first half of football, despite the fact that we've seen a fair amount of passes. It's moving along much faster than the Froshmore game that saw 68 points scored. Low snap. DeVries picks it up off of his shoelaces. Time to throw. Finally breaks down. He'll break that tackle. He'll then go down in a heap. 3 Warriors jump on him. He's going to get no gain.
Yeah,
that's a weird. I thought he almost was going to fumble the football because Woofenden had a pretty good hold of his arm, and it looked like that ball might come out. They actually are going to give him a loss of a yard.
Yeah, and Derek waited as long as he could. That was a coverage sack behind.
Right there, I thought that ball was going to squirt out. If you're watching the replay on County 10 on the live stream, is going back to Fremont Therapy. Proud to provide experienced clinicians to support our athletes and their families. Wishing all Fremont County teams the best of luck. Fremont Therapy and our Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Braden Vincent carrying the pile out across the 40. He'll get 4 yards, where it'll bring up 3rd down and 7. First carry of the night for the senior. 3rd and 6. We are just off center of the 50-yard line, so it seems like we're further across from our normal vantage point, but not quite the 50-yard line here from where we're set up in Warrior Stadium. 5 minutes left to play in the first half. 7-0. Big 3rd down. And what are the Wolverines looking at? Are they missing a lineman?
No, I think the The freeze didn't go. They didn't jump, so then they called a timeout.
Okay, gotcha. They tried the freeze.
They got some movement, but
Wolverines down to one timeout. You can't take them with you, so why not? Hey, thanks for tuning in tonight and supporting Riverton High School sports. Broadcasts are made possible by great sponsors like Gamble's on Main Street in Lander. Shane, the owner of Gamble's, has truckloads of furniture waiting just for you. Delivery is always free within 30 miles of the store, and Shane says that includes you, all of Riverton. So big thanks to Myers Gamble's on Main Street, downtown Lander, and online at landergambles.com. John Gabrielson, Travis McIntosh with you from Warrior Stadium. Thomas Dent III, our technical director. Akai and Clay, our camera peeps. Jared Anderson back at the 105.1 studios. Again, 14-0 we heard last report between Douglas and Lander. Handing it off to Sheets. Back to Hutchison on the double reverse. And Hutch going to lose the football. Wolverines get back on it, though. Following the play was Parker DeVries. Great job by Parker to follow that play and not give up on it. It's going to go as a 3-yard carry, but the Wolverines get it back.
Yeah, that was a nice play in that situation. Initially, it looked pretty open, like it was going to spring, and just didn't hold our blocks long enough. That's a long time to block on that backside on a reverse.
So the Wolverines will come back to punt it away. 8 plays, and they will punt near midfield. It was cooling off rapidly now as the sun has gone down, Coach.
Yeah,
Wolverines will run a late player onto the field. DeVries going to punt that one down the left side. It'll be picked up by Duzanis at the 25-30. Draven Monroe and also Bryce Mason will get him. Now Mason holding his wrist a little bit. He's already hurt from that ankle, and he's holding his wrist, but Duzanis tackled at the 41, and that is where they will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, great coverage, nice punt. Took a great bounce for us, too, but it just hopped right up into his arms instead of squirting by him. So, but good coverage on the play.
21 plays, 114 yards, and 7 points for the Wolverines. 16 plays, 79 yards for the Warriors. They are scoreless. They have the ball with 3:54 left, and Wolverines will get the ball to start the second half. Weber, play action, throws it out. Court Gonzalez going to be hit by Vincent, and then he'll be met by Cox. Throw Jackson Hill into the mix, and Zarek Prosser. And forward progress, he'll lose 2.
Yeah, that was just that quick bubble screen out to the left again, and the Wolverines read it, and Braden made a great tackle out there. So
poor Court had a lot of indecision after he caught that. He saw a lot of white shirts in his grill.
He
didn't
did.
have much to do with it. 2nd down and 12. Weber steps up. Now he's going to have to try to get out of the pack. He'll flip it out to Mosquero. Nice heads-up play, maybe dangerous, in fact, by Weber, as Draven Monroe and Jackson Hill make the tackle, but that'll be another loss on the play of about a yard. That'll be a run by Mosquero, as I think he did pitch it backwards.
Yeah, he just couldn't escape his ankle. You could tell he's tender on it, couldn't move, and got rid of it.
Warriors 3rd and long. Throw a quick one out there. Denise, open field tackle made by Ty Sheets. Actually, it's Bennett on the tackle, excuse me. And he's going to take that ball out to the 47. I'm going to give him 9. Second catch by Bennett.
Watch the long count here.
Yeah, 4th down and 4, and play action, steps up. Nice catch by Clark. Hutchison will drill him at the 40, but what a great catch by Carter Clark.
Yeah, we really had good coverage initially on it, and he just had a nice seam. Here they go, no huddle.
13-yard completion there. Throw on the slant, that's incomplete.
We needed that to happen the play before.
You have that play that we can watch before there, so.
By McIntosh.
Yeah, 13-yard completion. Nice catch by Carter Clark. 2nd down, clock stops incomplete. 2:10 remaining in the first half of football. Big thanks to Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care for sponsoring this broadcast. They are also sponsoring our player of the game. Weber rolls out. He's going to throw it. It'll be caught by Carter Clark, and he'll be marked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 15-yard catch. And the Warriors starting to move with the football in short time. Boy, how big would it be if you're a Warrior fan to get some points here before the half?
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen because I'm not a Warrior fan.
And on the other side, how big would it be to get the stop here for the Wolverines?
Yeah, that would be huge.
Clark, Duzatis, and Gonzalez will split wide right. He'll go the other way. That one is going to be Bennett. He'll slip a tackle and take it to the 15-yard line. They'll mark him at the 17, a gain of 8.
Yeah, he's a big physical kid. I don't know how big he is.
Yeah, they don't have their heights and weights listed on their roster as much as we don't on ours either. 2nd and 2, but yeah, a good big target out there.
Yeah, he has a huge load to bring down.
7th play of this drive that started at their own 41, and they went backwards. They were facing 3rd and 14 at one point, converted a 4th down. Almost a great one-handed catch by Duzanis at the 18, but it will fall incomplete.
Ball is incomplete. We'll bring up
Not the worst-case scenario as it's going to stop the clock with 1:58. 3rd and a couple at the 17-yard line. 7-0. Wolverines out with the lead. Again, the staff at Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care in Lander and Riverton reminding you not to ignore those annual wellness visits. Make your appointment to Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care, and let's stay healthy together. 3rd down and a couple. Weber out of the gun, steps up to throw. Cox in his grill. He'll take off on the run. He'll throw a dart, caught by Clark. He'll dive forward to the 4.
down to the 3-yard line.
They'll mark him at the 3, a 14-yard completion. How about that mobility and the decision by Weber?
Yeah, that was pretty quick thinking on his part. And Cox had him right there and just couldn't wrap him up. And
yeah,
he was able to get rid of it.
Get him right there at the 22. He breaks out of that. He comes back with a dart. 1st and goal now from the 3. Weber over the middle. That one is incomplete, intended for Clark. Oh, he caught it. The way he was rolling, I thought, looking back at the end zone, but Carter Clark with a 3-yard touchdown.
There's a sea of hands there. I couldn't really tell.
I'm going to watch the replay here, and that is a dart at the top of the blades of the grass there. Yeah, Draven Monroe, I don't think could have played better defense on that, and a great catch by Carter Clark. His 7th of the night for 52 yards. Gonzalez, PAT, not going to happen. And the Wolverines will take a 7-6 lead with 1:37 left.
Well, still plenty of time for us to make some noise and get some points on the offensive end. But Worland really did move it just right down the field. They went to that quick offense, no huddle, and were able to get a score on us.
We're going to stay here for that. It was, I'm going to do a little quick math here. Nine plays they took. They go 59 yards with some big passing plays.
You know, and just thinking back, we did have that, what was it, 4th and long, where he caught the slant route over the top of us, where we had an opportunity to get a stop and get off the field defensively.
Going to do too many things at once. Took 2:47 off the clock. And with 1:37 left, it is 7-6 as the PAT was no good.
Yeah, bad snap on that. Just couldn't get it off.
I tell you for plays, 9 plays.
Last week we blocked 2, so
yeah,
we've been getting good pressure up front on field goal special teams.
Hutchison will field it at the 10. He'll run it across the 20, 25 up the sidelines to the 30. Hutch will get it towards midfield and be run out of bounds there by Trey Bennett. Big return that sets him up with 90 seconds left in the first half. Nice job by Nathan, as almost starts him in plus territory.
Yeah, a great job on that left side on that kick return. They really set up a wall, and Hutch was able to break it out to the left. Yeah, they maintain their blocks on the outside, and he was able to spring it. This really gives us a great opportunity to get a score in here right before half, too.
Wolverines will take over.
1st and 10, RHS.
1st and 10.
Just shy of midfield. Ball at the 43. Boy, they marked it way back from where I thought there was that going to happen there. And McIntosh going to run on the field. Has he always had that left calf thing on, or is that a new thing?
That's a new thing.
Hopefully he's okay as DeVries going to throw it over the middle. It's over the head of Sheets and incomplete. And it will bring up 2nd and 10 with 1:23 left. 7-6 Riverton on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Again, that Warriors scoring drive, 9 plays, 58 yards, 59 yards. Got cold, fat fingers apparently and can't type correctly. Happened in the second quarter. Some big passes, a 4th down conversion, a 3-yard pass, Weber to Clark. The PAT, though, doesn't happen. And right now the Wolverines hanging on to a 1-point advantage as we're nearing the half here on senior night and blackout night. DeVries steps up, throws. It'll be caught by Hutchison, and a great open field tackle by Creedon Newell, Clock running after about a 3-yard completion. Hutchison's 2nd catch of the night for 11 yards. DeVries stepping back to throw. Has lots of time, now going to take it off on the run, and he will get out of bounds after a gain of about 2 maybe, where it's going to bring up 4th down with 53 seconds left in the half. Interesting decision by the Wolverines here.
We got a late flag coming in.
Late flag.
Over there on the sideline.
Well, and Draven Monroe is a little bit injured, bent over on that sidelines right now. And that is not Chris Edwards, by the way, the white hat official.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
It is the unsportsmanlike conduct against the Warriors. So that's not going to be that big of an interesting call at this point for the Wolverines, as they'll take the 15 yards.
Yeah. So then that just enhances our chances now and keeps us moving towards getting a score in before half.
4 penalties, 31 yards.
Sure what that was, but unsportsmanlike, I guess.
The PA announcer is honest, if nothing else. 1st and 10 RHS. They'll mark it at the 37-yard line after 31 yards worth of penalties assessed against the Warriors. DeVries stepping up, throws. It'll be caught by Sheets, and it'll be brought down at the 37-yard line. Really, maybe 2 yards on that. Roman Parra with the completion, with the tackle, excuse me. Put him at the 35-yard line now. 2nd down. Derek's going to step up to throw. It'll be caught by Draven Monroe. He will power past a couple of would-be tacklers, one of them being Clark, as he'll take it down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great job. He just sat in that window. They're sitting in his own coverage in behind, and Draven found the window, which Derek was able to slide in the pocket.
1st and 10 from the 11, and Wolverines will call their 3rd and final timeout with 20 seconds left in the first half and a 7-6 lead. Did they not call a timeout?
No, we clocked it.
Okay.
Which is it's pretty much 4-down territory.
Right.
You're going to kick
well,
it,
yeah,
or
you're going to run out of time before you get that 4 downs anyway, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So
2nd and goal. Not goal. Well, they pretty much show a loss on the play of a yard on the clock, but it's incomplete. Clock stops, 21 seconds left. DeVries, and they'll stop the play before it starts. False start on the Wolverines. 4 penalties, 30 yards now against RHS.
That little 5-yarder may have knocked us out of field goal range, but
well, Salt Shaker, they call him on the sidelines. The coaches, Hunter Saltzgaver, hit 42-yarder in practice last night.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
Maybe not quite out of the realm of possibility yet.
Yeah, and still a lot of time, too, with one timeout left.
I still don't know how we lose a yard on a clocking of the football. I think they want to put more time on the clock.
They do. I think they need to put the second on that.
Yeah, it was 20.9. And that's what they do, near side official.
20.9, give me the thumbs up.
How can the official not hear this PA announcer? Because it was 20.9 when that was snapped, because I said just under 21 seconds. But nobody's given the Bucks confirmation out of it. So they'll put 20.5 in.
20.5.
Everybody's okay now, so here we go. Second down, and essentially goal, and now we'll get a timeout. Worland. Wow, a lot of nothing happening right there. Tyler Watson, State Farm agent, a proud supporter of Riverton Athletics. State Farm wants to protect your future. Stop in today at 618 East Washington or go online to insuringriverton.com. Big thanks to Tyler Watson, State Farm, who sat in your chair a couple of weeks ago, and I appreciate him doing that, and I appreciate you the last couple of weeks. Travis coming in and helping out on the broadcast.
Well, those are tough shoes to fill, you know. I mean, from Joel Kindle, from Todd Wright to Bo Sheets and Tyler Watson, then myself. And I know I've missed probably one or two in there along the way, but it's been a lot of fun and a real pleasure, too.
It's a long history of sportscasters, starting with Rich Burkhamshaw and Joel Kindle and those, and proud to be kind of part of that lineage after those guys, the late, great Rich Burkhamshaw.
You know, and Rich called my games as a kid, so I knew Rich a long time ago, and what a great man.
Yeah, absolutely. Shotgun formation for DeVries as he'll move Vincent to the other side. Sheets will leave Monroe on the other side. Derek's going to keep it himself. He'll take it to the 5, down to the 4. Mosquero and the Wolverines will burn their last time out. The mark it at the 9, excuse me. That's the 9-yard line. 7-yard run by DeVries. Derek DeVries, 13 carries, 74 yards for the quarterback tonight. 9 of 13, 73 yards passing. So out of the 155 yards on the night, he has attributed all but, 8 of it.
Yeah. He's had a great offensive game. He's pulled. I mean, they're running the offense directly through him, and they're doing some things to Hutch on the outside and our receivers and making sure that those guys aren't making big catches and big gains. So,
well, and you're thinking about this drive that started at the 43-yard line, and it was set up by the return by Nathan Hutchison.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, getting texts, Rich was the best, and I concur. I don't think they get any better of nicer guy and good broadcaster than Rich Burkhamshaw. But I would love to see the press box named after him at Wolverine Field, and I know people's feelings. DeVries going to keep it himself to the 5. Mosquero to the goal line. Is he in? Referees arms up. Touchdown, Wolverines. 6-yard carry by Derek DeVries, his second touchdown run of the night. And this happens with 5.6 seconds left to play in the first half.
Yeah, that was just a tough run, and in a way, a gutsy call because we had no timeouts left.
Right.
So he's either got to get the first or get in, and he just lowered his head and he wanted the end zone.
Well, and this was a great job by the Wolverine defenders, kind of running their receiver defenders out of the play right there, and then it was all Derek after that. Good snap by Parker, the hold by Nick McIntosh, and the kick by Saltzgaber. And the Wolverines have made it a full one-possession game with a 14-6 lead with 5 seconds left to play. 30-second timeout. Thomas, we'll come back after this. This is Wolverine football leading 14-6 on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard.
Keep it local. Try it on, save time and money on returns, and get advice in person at Bells & Bows. Our business is your best local source for quality clothing like Liverpool and keeping your look fresh every month with our new collections bag. These monthly collections bags feature anything you can imagine yourself in, and the best part is we will ship it everywhere. But if you live locally, we can drop it off right at your doorstep. Bells & Bows, your local solution to keeping you looking stylish for anything that comes your way. Stop in today at 309 East Main Street in Riverton or visit us online at bellsandbows.rocks.
Wolverine football with John Gabrielson.
Wolverines go 43 yards, set up on a great return by Hutch. They got a 24-yard pass in there to Ty Sheets, and then a lot of Derek DeVries runs. The PAT good, took 9 plays, and a minute 32 off of the scoreboard.
Yeah, they couldn't ask for a better scenario going in to halftime right now. And
now, don't give up a big
Yep.
turn right here. Squib kick, bouncing around, and the Warriors will field it at their own 37.
Yep. So now just make sure you make the tackle and keep them in front of you, and go into halftime with the one possession lead.
Right, yeah, keep him in front of you for sure. Still typing.
Yeah, I don't know how you do all of it. All I'm doing is talking, and you still talk and type and text.
Well, it's kind of that old adage, you're doing several things, but none of them well, unfortunately. So I'll try harder. They're just going to down it, and that'll take us to the half.
Yeah.
Don't want to risk losing anything and going the other way. And at the half, the battle for the playoffs. The playoffs start now for the Wolverines, and Riverton on top of the Fremont Therapy scoreboard, 14-6 at the intermission. We'll come back and we'll take a look at the scoring summary and some first half statistics in this ball game as the Wolverines with an 8-point lead at the break from Worland. We'll take that timeout. We'll come back. We'll get you some scores from around the state, and we'll do that after this. Again, 7 o'clock at 105.1 Jack FM and on the County 10 YouTube stream. This is Wolverine football. We'll be back right after this. This is halftime.
Elevate Rehab in Lander is a proud sponsor of sports in Fremont County. Elevate offers physical and occupational therapy and specializes in hand therapy. Elevate Rehab also offers one-on-one personalized treatment for every patient. Their dedicated team of highly skilled and specialized therapists will help you on your journey back to better health and mobility. Elevate Rehab, 535 East Main, Suite D in Lander.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletics for more than 25 years. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism and community. With specialized training and one-on-one service, they get you back to doing what you love. Whether you need rehab for an injury from a sports-certified specialist or therapy from the only certified hand therapist in Fremont County. With 6 locations in western Wyoming, they provide aquatic therapy, dry needling, and women's health therapy. To find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment, go to fremonttherapy.com.
High Country Hearing Center supports patient hearing health care with a superior standard of practice for our Wyoming families, and we are proud to sponsor sports and student athletes all across Fremont County. High Country Hearing Centers has been serving Wyoming's hearing health care needs since 1979. High Country Hearing Centers will always provide superior hearing instrument technology and standard of care practices to help you stay connected with family and help you maintain a more active and healthier Wyoming lifestyle. Make an appointment today in Lander at 1460 West Main or in Rock Springs at 514 Broadway.
Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care support Fremont County athletics. We are a locally owned, multi-specialty healthcare group that is proud to serve the Lander and Riverton communities. Our goal is to provide convenient quality care for all ages. We offer a wide array of services including family and internal medicine, pediatrics, women's care, and urgent care. Additionally, we have on-site labs, echocardiograms, stress tests, x-ray, and ultrasound in both communities. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care are here
participated in volleyball and cheer.
Your place for the Riverton Wolverines, 105.1 Jack FM and on County 10's YouTube channel.
We are at the intermission on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. It is the Wolverines 14. It is the Warriors 6. And we had 2 touchdowns in the final 2 minutes of the first half to get this game to where it is right now at 14-6 in favor of the Wolverines. Last report, Douglas was leading Lander 14-0 after they had kicked an onside kick and then went down and scored on it. But big thanks to Akai and Clay tonight, our camera guys, and they're recognizing seniors here at halftime as well. This is a situation where the winner goes on and plays in the playoffs and will get a 10th game if it's the Wolverines, and the loser will be done for the season. And right now, Wolverines have come out and put up some yards out here, 161 yards they have put up. Worland has put up 140 in the contest. And I'm going to go check on some things as I throw my phone around. All right, now I see them. Yeah, Jared Anderson is at mission control, and I was looking for texts and not email alerts to go back to the studio, but we've got Jared, and let's go to get some score updates here from Jared Anderson back at the Jack FM studios.
All right, guys, thank you. Things certainly not getting any better for the Riverton rivals. Lander trails Douglas now 24-0 midway through the second quarter. Douglas just got a 35-yard field goal. Also in 3A, Jackson and Star Valley knotted up at 7 apiece, just starting the second quarter. Buffalo's at Rollins tonight. No score reported in that one yet. Cody just about to kick off with Powell. Green River's at Evanston also for a 7 o'clock kickoff. Back to you, John and Travis.
All right, thank you so much, Jared Anderson. Wow. 31-0 Douglas leading the Lander Tigers right now. So Lander going to be on the road, it looks like. But appreciate Jared Anderson with that. 14-6, let's tell you the scoring summary in this one. Riverton would take their opening drive after getting a 3-and-out from the Worland Warriors. They would drive 13 plays, 74 yards, all kinds of different peppered runs and passes in there. Capped off on a 2-yard run by Derek DeVries. The PAT by Hunter Saltzgaver was good. Took 8 minutes off the clock on their 13 plays. With 2:42 left in the first quarter, it was 7-0 Riverton. Then late in the second quarter, Worland would go 9 plays, 59 yards in the second quarter. They had some big passes they had to convert on 4th down. They get a 3-yard pass from Cade Weber to Carter Clark. PAT, though, was no good. And with 1:37 left in the first half, it was 7-6. And maybe with 97 seconds left, you think that they're just going to go to the break that way. But Riverton says not today, and they'll get a great kickoff return by Nathan Hutchison out to the 43-yard line. They would get a 24-yard pass to Sheets. Then it was a 6-yard touchdown run by Derek DeVries with 5 seconds left. Saltzgaver PAT was good, and that's got us to where we're at the break right now. At 14-6, Riverton out in front, and the Wolverines will have the football to begin the second half. Thomas, let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and look at individual stats in just a moment. This is Wolverine football from 105.1 Jack FM and streaming live on that County 10 YouTube stream.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals. Clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the modern outdoorsman.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
Porter's Supply Company in Riverton is proud to sponsor sports and student athletes here in Fremont County. Start your game day off right with the Porter's pregame show and get ready for action. Porter's has everything you need to heat your home this winter with the best selection of wood, gas, or pellet stoves. Good luck to all Fremont County teams from Porter's Supply Company. See Porter's Supply on North Federal in Riverton and online at portersmvs.com.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at RE/MAX.
Catch the video stream of this broadcast and previous games this season on County 10's YouTube channel.
Let's take a look at some first half stats in this ball game for the Riverton Wolverines here at the break. Again, Riverton would run 30 plays. They would amass 161 yards. The Warriors ran 25 plays for 140 yards. Riverton 17 on the ground, 13 in the air for their 30 plays. 88 yards rushing, 73 yards passing. That's 5.4 yards per play. Warriors would run the ball 9 times. They passed it 16 times, 25 plays. 48 yards rushing, 92 yards passing, 140 yards for their number of plays. That's a 5.6 yard. They did have a fumble going in. Remember that Worland fumbled at the 7-yard line, and the Wolverines got it back. Couldn't really do anything with it, but they did get the stop at that point right there, and they get the stop. So how much different would this game be if, in fact, the Warriors could have poked it into the end zone on that point right there? 1 turnover in the ball game so far, that belonging to the Warriors. 4 penalties, 31 yards on the Warriors. 4 penalties, 30 yards on the Wolverines. So we are almost exact dead even in that category. Looking at the individual statistics in this one, Derek DeVries throwing 9 of 13, 73 yards. He's got a couple of big ones, 21, 16, 24 yards. Catching the ball tonight, Ty Sheets, 3 catches, 42 yards. Nick McIntosh, 1 for 21. Nathan Hutchison, 2 for 11. Dominic Payne has a catch for 7 yards. So DeVries, 9 of 13 for 73 yards passing. Derek running tonight, 14 for 80 and 2 touchdowns. A 3-yard touchdown run, a 6-yard touchdown run, and he's averaging 5.7 yards per carry. He's got 80 of the 88 yards rushing tonight. Does DeVries. He also has 73 yards passing. Just kind of leading the charge. Braden Vincent, 1 carry for 4 yards. Nathan Hutchison, 1 carry for 3 yards. Ty Sheets, 1 carry for 1 yard in the ball game. Those are your individual stats right now. For the Worland Warriors, Cade Weber playing on that hurt ankle, high ankle sprain that took him out of last week's game. Weber 13 of 16 for 92 yards in this ball game tonight. He does have a 3-yard touchdown pass to Carter Clark. Carter, by the way, 7 catches, 52 yards, and the touchdown here this evening as well. Getting communication, so I had to stop multitasking because Travis was calling me out on it a little while ago. Brock Duzanis rushing tonight, 6 for 38. Ruger Mascaros, 3 carries for 10 yards. Cade Weber, 1 carry, and that was to down the ball essentially at the end of the quarter, which, like I said, I hate giving guys a 2-yard loss, so I just gave him a carry, and it's just a play that they ran. Carter Clark, 7 catches, 52 yards. Court Gonzalez has 2 catches, but for no yards. He had a 2-yard gain and then a 2-yard loss in the ball game. Trey Bennett had 3 catches for 24 yards tonight, and I look for them probably to challenge us secondarily, I think, a little more in the second half if they can get some protection for Cade Weber.
Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely that they're going to try to come out and establish the pass because that's what they've had some success with. not saying, but they fumbled a lot, trying to run the ball and do some things. They've had some miscues in their Wildcat, and so we've taken advantage of that.
Yeah, thanks. Go ahead, Travis.
No, you're good.
I was going to say thanks to Wind River Internet for providing our web stream tonight on the County 10 YouTube channel, and Maven for the optic assistance tonight, and the Maven binoculars helping bring this game to you through my eyes here at the top of the stadium. And again, thanks to Porter Supply Company in Riverton for sponsoring our broadcast, reminding you that winter is right around the corner. Time to prep your wood, gas, or pellet stove. They've got everything you need from new installs and supplies and accessories. Porter's on North Federal and online at portersmvs.com. We are about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half. It will be Wolverine football when we return to action. We'll come back. We'll talk maybe a little more strategy here in just a few. But Tomas, let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back. Wolverines up 14-6 on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard at the half from Warrior Stadium on 105.1 Jack FM and County 10 and the YouTube stream.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals, clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the modern outdoorsman.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
Porter Supply Company in Riverton is proud to sponsor sports and student athletes here in Fremont County. Start your game day off right with the Porter's pregame show and get ready for action. Porter's has everything you need to heat your home this winter with the best selection of wood, gas, or pellet stoves. Good luck to all Fremont County teams from Porter Supply Company. See Porter Supply on North Federal in Riverton and online at portersmvs.com.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online.
Your home for the Riverton Wolverines is 105.1 Jack FM and County 10's YouTube channel. Go Big Red.
The Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care, another proud sponsor of Fremont County Sports. Don't forget to make that appointment for your annual wellness visit at the clinic. Thanks to the Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care for supporting youth athletics. And remember, let's stay healthy together. Both teams back out onto the playing surface. It will be Wolverine football to begin the second half. And Travis, I guess look at both sides in here. You got a great drive to end the half. You start the second half with the football. How do we come out?
Yeah, I think we just got to come out and what's our identity, Ben? It's been, running the football, mix in the pass a little bit, and see if we can put this out of reach a little bit. That'd be a great way for us to go. But this is the game we expected as well. We thought it would be a close, hard-fought game when we came in, and so did Troy, and even though the records aren't what they are, it just was a good matchup.
Well, and I talked about it with Thomas because you had Van Moost at halftime. I let you go, but the fumble on their behalf inside the 5-yard line down there looming huge right now. The one fumble, the one turnover in the ballgame looming large for the Warriors as they looked like they were going in to score, and if they did, woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's both teams with 2 touchdowns as we go into the half. So
yeah, then it's a 1-point lead for us, and
unless they went for 2, potato. I mean, but that would have been their first one. So maybe they kick that, and the second one happens, and it's definitely a 1-point game. So My guy, Mac Brown at North Carolina, always talks about that start of that third quarter, and so look at it from the Worland side of the equation.
You're definitely going to want to get the stop, and you definitely want to get an initial stop, and then then you're going to I think you're going to open it up a little bit more. You just don't have the dual threat with Weber the way he can usually run the ball, and I think you do. You go back to the running game a little bit, mix in the Wildcat, but you got to clean up the mishandles, the miscues of that.
Yeah, and like I said, I think you maybe will be seeing a more showcase of that Cade Weber arm here in the second half. Of football.
Yeah, and he really does. He throws, and he can spray it. He can throw it around the field a little bit, and you can tell that he can't put that weight on his back foot and really step into it and let it zing and throw it and fly around, because a lot of those kids have caught the ball, and when they caught it, they moved the ball and they moved the chains, and they've been in our red zone twice, both times.
Scored once, fumbled it once.
Fumbled it once. So
Patrick Sweeney in his third season. Again, trying to find some stability. He's the sixth coach in the last 10 years after a dozen years of Wade Sanford at the helm, who won 3 titles back-to-back, 2001, 2, and 3. Pat Sweeney played at Dickinson State as a linebacker, graduated from Worland High School. He was a grad assistant at Northern State in South Dakota and got some good assistants under him. Dale Weber, the dad of Cade Weber, little college quarterbacking himself. Ryan Utterback, also Josh Heinemeyer and John Burns as well. Heinemeyer playing at Stevens Point, Wisconsin in D3 land. So good experience on that sideline. Of course, you got Troy Anderson, the head coach of the Wolverines. Brant Nyberg, former head coach, out there. And you got a couple of volunteers in there. Derek Watson, standout for the Wolverines. Denise going to kick it off from the 40. The Wolverines going back deep to receive is going to be picked up at the 1 in the corner by Hutchison. And Hutchison will make 3 players miss, 4 players miss.
He's got a shot.
And he's going to take it up the sidelines. He'll make 5 players miss. He stays on his feet. He'll take it out to the 23-yard line after what might have been disaster. Houdini Hutchison takes it out to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, he really expected just to roll into the end zone, the ball, and it just kind of died at the 1. And you have to pick it up because it's live.
Well,
and
sheer strength and Roman Parra brings him down, but wowza, 23-yard line.
So essentially, if it just goes in, we start at the 20.
Right.
But,
but credit to Denise. He put it right at the 1.
Yeah, and Hutch did a great job of getting it out of danger.
Yeah, he hit the panic button. Well, he made a great return to end of the half and set up great field position. And this one, it ain't great field position, but it sure beats the 1-yard line. Handoff to Vincent. Great stiff arm by Vinny. He'll be brought down by Newell, as he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line, maybe the 28.
Yeah, he just got the corner on that. And to mention the one thing about special teams, it's a third of the game. And so right there, that was a perfect 2 examples of starting out in positive field position because of Hutch and his play that he made that.
A beautiful stiff arm by Braden on that play as well. First down becomes 2nd down and 6. DeVries steps up. Hutchison, he just gets destroyed by Clark and Mosquero, and he goes down. Hutch just put that arm out there because I think he was actually anticipating that contact. No flags down. It's just going to go as an incomplete pass. They're going to stop play, and we'll watch the replay here. And just for our benefit, because there's nothing else that's going to be done, they're not going to go to a replay, but he sticks his arm out. It was Mosquero, I think, that is the one that tagged him. There is a flag down now. So the flag might have come later after the fact as is unsportsmanlike, something being said by somebody after the fact, because I didn't see. Well, there are 2 flags. There is a flag out at the 32, and there's another one at the 29 with a football laying there at the 27, so we'll let them sort it out. Coach Sweeney talking to the near side official. They're arm in arm. Another official over at the Wolverine sideline talking to the down marker, and here comes the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Wolverines. So, yeah, it had to have been something said after the fact of that. So, another unsportsmanlike against this one against the Wolverines. 5 penalties, 45 yards now. And again, you're watching this and you're thinking, how does this go this direction? They didn't call anything on the hit. It was all post-hit, and so they lose the down on top of it. And so now it's third down in a bundle. They're going to put it at the 12-yard line. Wolverine fans don't like it. First down markers at the 33.
Yeah, and that's just one of those situations that we don't know what was said or
Right.
what happened in there. And so.
And I would like to say, sometimes you're like, well, a couple of officials must have heard it, but now one will throw the reinforcement flag to kind of make things stand up. And
Right, and they got a lot sorted out. And, of course, because Hutch was being assisted and it was down, he has to come off for a play.
Right, and that's what they're saying is Hutch had come back into the game, and he's going to be told he's got to go out, so Nick will come in. I tried to do a little recon to see what was wrong with Nick because, as you mentioned, he came off the field, little ginger at one point, and got that calf sock, if you will, up that left calf for him. 3rd and 21 here. What do you dial up? Something conservative, perhaps, but see if they go for it. As trips come to the near side, McIntosh, Vincent, and Gabrielson, and Derek's going to bring Vincent to stand with him in the backfield and pass protect. Pocket collapses. Derek running, and he'll be brought down. Nice tackle by Daniel Lopez, the sophomore nose guard.
And that was really good job of Worland. They stayed in their rush lanes there, and Derek just couldn't get out and escape like he had in the first half there. But they're also playing that zone coverage deep behind, so they were just going to let him get what he could anyway, and the D-line made the play.
Now you've got Clark and Duzanis running downhill as they're not even crossing the 50-yard line here with 10.5 left. Worland's really only going to bring 4 guys at it to set up a return. And I'm assuming you're going to punt it Duzanis' direction, number 11 there as the gunner on that other side is Vincent. Boy, fielding it on a hop is DeVries. He steps up, needs to throw it. He's going to lose the football. It's not going to matter who picks it up. It's going to be the Warriors, but they're going to pick it up in plus territory at the 19-yard line. Not the way you want to start a second half if you're the Wolverines.
No, and just the snap skid along the ground, and Derek had a hard time handling it and just tried to fire and escape and was looking downfield for somebody to throw, and he just needed to try to throw it away, but it was no matter what he did, it was going to be downed. So maybe the fumble was the best result because we gained 7 yards. So in that situation.
1st and 10 Warriors after the fumble by the Wolverines. Weber going to roll out to the right side. He's going to throw one. It's going to be caught by Clark, who gets tagged out of bounds by Hutchison at the 8. 11-yard completion from Weber to Clark. Clark's 8th catch of the night for 63 yards. He was throwing passes last week as the QB, now catching passes tonight and doing a lot of it.
Yeah, and that was just a nice little half roll there to just get him out of the pocket and get him moving. Nice throw on target.
Ball at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. Looked like somebody took off a little early. Weber's going to throw to the end zone. That'll be caught by Carter Clark. His 2nd touchdown of the night, and depending on the 2-point conversion, we may be tied.
Yeah, nice little corner route by Clark, and we just lost him in coverage over the top, and he was wide open in the corner.
9 catches, 71 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Carter Clark. No replay on that one, Thomas tells me, so we'll watch the Warriors set up to try to tie this football game with 9:56 left to play. Wow, and we saw a lot of this last week. This has 2 plays, 12 yards, and a touchdown. We saw 4 2-play drives by Buffalo last week. Duzanis takes the handoff. He's not going to get close. Ryan Cox hits him first, and the rest of the Wolverines will take over, and the Wolverines will hold.
Well, yeah, good job by them. Good job by our D line up front to stop it, and now it's a 2-point ball game. So
30-second timeout. 9:56 left to play. We'll be back. 14-12. Riverton still on top.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
Two plays, 19 yards. 2-point conversion, no good. 14-12 Riverton. With 9:56 left to play. High, short kick.
Uh-oh.
Payne lost it at the 21. Duzanis went after him instead of the ball, and they'll be Wolverine ball at their own 22-yard line. I think you said it best when you said, uh-oh.
Yeah, when he muffed it, but he got on it. So good job, good recovery by Dominic.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 22.
1st and 10 RHS from the 22-yard line. DeVries steps up into the pocket, throws. It's going to be tipped and almost picked off. Mascaro trying to get that one to Hutchison, and it got tipped by an offensive lineman, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, they got their hands up, and it was just a hitch route outside for Hutch, and got a big paw on it. Looks like they've switched it up a little bit. They've gone to 42 defense. Worland has.
And you knew that teams would make adjustments in that halftime locker room, and Wolverines have gone backwards on their first few plays. DeVries steps up. He's going to throw it over the middle, in and out of the hands of Draven Monroe at the 40, and now it's all of a sudden 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and we're fighting and we're working behind the chains again, but we've also seen ourselves overcome these situations here too tonight. I don't know what we are on 3rd down conversions, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
yeah, that was. I have that on this sheet, but you think I could do it? No, I can only do 272 things at once, and that one is the ones that breaks the camel's back right there.
That's tough.
Shotgun, DeVries steps up, throwing, caught by Gabrielson right at the 35-yard line. That is a 13-yard completion to Cade and a Wolverine 1st down.
Yeah, we're 1 for 1 on 3rd down conversions, and I'll just keep it in my head.
1 for 2 in the second half.
Yeah, no, that was a good job. It's the zone there. That's what they've been playing in behind, and Cade just found the window, and they really good work together with he and Derek.
Going to head to the studios with an update for scoring here in a minute. Hand it off to Vincent. Vincent to the line of scrimmage, but not much more. A gain of a couple on the 2nd carry of the night by Braden Vincent. After this next play, we'll go there with Jared.
He's such a strong back, and he was hit initially in the backfield and still able to keep his legs pumping and fighting, and ended up getting 2 yards on that.
Inside of 9 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. It is 14-12 as the Warriors got the ball from the Wolverines on a fumble as Sheets will come in motion. Play action, they'll give it to DeVries. He'll keep it himself. He'll have a 1st down and more as he'll carry it into Warrior territory on a 14-yard completion and a it's not a completion, a 14-yard run and a 1st down for the Wolverines. Sent to the studio, Jared Anderson with a scoring update. Jared.
There are several 3A games at the intermission right now. Number 2 Star Valley on top of Jackson by 2 touchdowns, 21-7. Douglas all over Lander at the break, 38-0. Second half just about to get started. Buffalo blanking Rollins, 26-0. It's Evanston 27, Green River 7 at the half. And first quarter action, Cody leads Powell 13-0. Back to you, John and Travis.
Yeah, again, that was Braden with a big, strong run. He was hit. The safety came up running the alley, and hit Braden initially in the backfield there, and he just kind of ran through him and kept his balance and did a nice job.
Watching that by the way, thanks to Jared Anderson back at 105.1 Jack FM, but watching that, Cade was kind of the guy that was supposed to chip him, and that kid came out of a cannon. Cade completely missed him, and he got a chip on Braden instead out there. But as it is, 2nd down and 3 now for DeVries and company on the Worland side of the field. DeVries throwing over the middle. It's tipped, poked up in the air, and it's going to be picked off. That ball knocked up in the air, and it's going to be picked off by Mason Decker.
Yeah, that's trouble. A lot of hands around, and the ball got tipped up, and usually bad things happen when a ball gets tipped up on the defensive side.
Yeah, DeVries kind of just floated it out there and then punched up in the air by Duzanis. Gabrielson tried a jump ball, but it's Decker that comes away with it, and the Wolverines give it back. Their 2nd turnover of the half, and wow, how turnovers turned the tide. They ran 7 plays and get it intercepted with 7:15 left to play in the 3rd quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard at their own 36. And a carry out to the 40. Gonzalez with the catch of 5 yards.
Yeah, now we just need to tighten up the ship on the defensive end and get a turnover or get a stop, which we're capable of doing.
Old man Mo right now is here for blackout night at Worland, as they have gotten 2 Wolverine turnovers to start this 2nd half. Play action throw over the middle, and Duzanis wasn't even looking for it at that point, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I think there's a backer. We stunted one right over the top, right through A gap, and he was wide open coming across the middle, and we were pretty fortunate that they weren't on the same page.
3rd down and 5 now.
He might have still been running.
Third down and 5 for the Warriors, trailing by 2, 7:07 left to play. Weber's going to roll out away from his throwing hand. He'll loft one up. It's caught by Clark. He'll take it out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, there's only one place that he was going to catch. He was pretty well covered, and he threw it right over the top.
16 yards. Carter Clark now is having a game. 10 catches, 87 yards. He's caught both touchdown passes from Cade Weber tonight.
Yeah, we definitely need to find him and slow him down now.
Clark will split out in the slot with Gonzalez and Bennett. Duzanis taking the snap on the Wildcat, runs past his man, and will be thrown out of bounds. Kind of might draw a flag as Prosser threw him down as they were already out of bounds. It wasn't like he was a defenseless runner, but he was well out of bounds.
Yeah, I think there he just kind of lost where they were at. It wasn't, I don't think it was egregious by any means at all or dirty. He just lost where they were at. He made a nice tackle. And
2nd down and a couple, ball at the 37-yard line of the Wolverines. Inside of 7 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. There's still a lot of time left in this football game, but right now momentum certainly swinging black and orange. Duzanis going to carry it again behind the lead block of Mascaro. He will get hit by Garcia as he'll take it to the 32, another 5-yard carry. And now the Warriors have the Wolverines on their heels guessing a little bit, and Mascaro comes hobbling out of the pack.
Yeah, they're establishing kind of what they want to do, what they did with their own identity in the 2nd half. They've hit Clark on a nice couple out routes and diagonal routes, and then they've ran the Wildcat. So
Weber is back in, and he is adjusting a player, and he'll just flip it out to the backfield. Duzanis hemmed in, but stays on his feet. Finally brought down by Monroe and Payne, but not before a 9-yard carry. Duzanis went for 82 yards, much of it on a 51-yard run last week against Lander, but Duzanis now 9 carries, 60 yards, and that includes the 8-yard loss on a fumble at one point.
Yeah, he's a pretty shifty back, and
very talented basketball player on top of that, too, I might add.
Yeah, and too bad we were right there to make the play, and he just was able to cut up and squeak out of it.
Almost picked off by Payne, but Duzanis has it. Duzanis carrying the ball. He'll get inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Boy, Dominic Payne came out there and had an opportunity right at it. That is the first catch of the night by Duzanis. Boy, watch this first play here as we go back to the replay, but he just steps up and goes down the line, and Dominic just a half second behind that. But then some shoddy tackling by the Cardinal Red, and they don't bring him down until he gets to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, Warriors trying to take their first lead of the night. Weber going to roll out to his offhand. He'll jump throw again. Carter Clark can't come in with a one-hander in the corner of the end zone, but he gave it everything he had. That is the first incomplete pass of the second half for Cade Weber. He's 19 of 23 for a $146 through the air now, and those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they've gone to that little half roll, left or right, and he throws it pretty well out of that, and he can. They've gone to that same route now 3 or 4 times. That's the one they picked up on the first down earlier in this drive, and now they went to it again in the end zone.
8 straight completions dating back to the 3-yard touchdown pass in the final 90 seconds of the first half. That's his first incomplete.
He's definitely 70% accuracy is true. It's just not bubble screens.
Yeah, he has got 2nd and goal. He'll throw a quick one out to Court Gonzalez. He'll stiff arm Sheets, who will hang on to his ankle and bring him down. And that'll be no gain on the play. It's 3rd down and goal from the 10, maybe even a loss of 1 on that play.
You know, really, we have defended that little bubble screen pretty well tonight. And they've run it. They've gone to it several times.
Well, that's the 2nd time Court's been tackled in the backfield on that.
Yeah. So
roughing the passer against the Wolverines. I missed the flag.
I did too.
Do we have? I think our action follows the ball. We're not going to see the play so much here. We're all watching the replay here, and we don't see it. So take that play off of the book and give them the ball at the 5-yard line now. Wolverines 6 penalties for 50 yards. 5:05 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. The Warriors looking for their first lead of the night. They're knocking at the door on the Wolverine 5-yard line. Playoff game on the line. Weber by himself. He'll have 3 wideouts and a wing on one side and 1 on the other side. He'll roll out to the right side. He'll look. He'll be cut down. He'll throw it up for grabs. He'll throw it out of bounds. Nice job. He's hurt as Zarek Prosser got him, and he's going to hobble and come back out. 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, that was fabulous pressure by Zarek Prosser. He got in his face quickly, and he was right there.
Zarek beat his man on that left side and came back, and good tackle how about the heads-up play, though, by Weber to chuck that one out of bounds and save the play to live another day.
Yeah, he didn't panic or force it and wasn't trying to force it in the end zone to Clark. He just chucked it out of bounds, knowing
Clark has Payne straightaways in the slot at the bottom. They're going to throw it quickly out to Gonzalez. That'll be another loss on the play as Payne and Prosser knock him down. They're going to lose 4 yards on that catch. That's the 3rd loss that they've had on that play. One of them got erased on the roughing the passer on the Wolverines, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 9.
Yeah, fabulous job. Yeah.
Worland has only kicked 1 field goal. I do not know how far it was, but they missed it. They're 0 for 1 field goal kicking on the year, so I would think they're in 4 down, going to play it out 4 downs and not kick a field goal, even though it would give them a 1-point lead. And their kicking game got swarmed under the first PAT as I try to talk all over you, Travis.
No, you're good. And I would go. I really pictured him going to that rollout route, but it doesn't look like they're going to that same trips formation.
Clark by himself with Gabrielson. He'll flip it back to Duzanis to the 5. Duzanis going to be short of the goal line. He'll be down at the 1. 9-yard carry, and you know they're going to go for this.
Oh, yeah.
It's one. You don't get it, you give it up inside the 1-yard line, essentially, barring some kind of wild animal fumble or something like that comes into this. Weber gets the call. The offensive coordinator is Coach Sweeney. His defensive coordinator is Josh Heinemeyer. Coach Pat Delso does the special teams as well. So 4th and goal from the 1. I thought you would see Duzanis on the Wildcat. Weber comes up, comes under center. He'll take the snap himself. He'll dive forward. Do we see any arms? They give him touchdown Warriors. I didn't think he got it either, Travis, but what we say don't matter. His second rush of the night, and it's a touchdown. And the Warriors lead 18-14. We'll watch the replay here.
Yeah, I thought we got a good push up front.
He comes underneath. He dives forward, and if he stuck that ball out in front of him, then if he was in, he'll come hobbling off the field. What a gutty player Cade Weber is to come out here and score that. And now, as the bell rings here at Warrior Stadium, they are going to run it up for 2. Duzanis going to take the Wildcat snap again. He'll just take it, and he will get in this time. 2-point conversion is good by Brock Duzanis. And it's 20-14 with 3:02 left to play. It's been all Warriors here in the third quarter. They go 12 plays, covering a lot of ground.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of envisioned to do on the 4th and 1 was the Wildcat. I didn't really think the sneak because of his ankle. He was going to be able to push off and get in the end zone, but they're in. And so now it's a 6-point lead. Officials are huddling down here about something.
Took 4:13 off of the clock. And at the 3:02 mark, it's been all Warriors. In the second half.
Yeah, we need an answer here.
Well, and it's spurred off of turnovers. The Wolverines ran a lot of plays and then gave it up on an interception that the Warriors would take 64 yards on 12 plays and score. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. Tonight's attendance, 11,000. Best thing the guy said all night. The volume is better, though. I will give him that. It's been toned down a bit.
He is enthusiastic.
He is, and you got to love it. Enthusiasm for kids is good. Hutch picks it up at the 7, catches it on the fly. He'll be hit and brought down from behind by Burns. And it'll be 1st and 10, Riverton at their own 21-yard line, and they desperately need to put some things together. They had a 7-play drive that they took from their own 22 into Worland territory, but ball got batted up in the air and it got picked off.
Yeah, I was going to say that they did move the ball on that second drive pretty efficiently. It's just that they stalled out with the turnover.
222 yards by the Warriors, 206 yards by the Wolverines, separated by 6 points on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. At 20-14, Sheets in motion. DeVries going to keep. He'll get a couple of players blocked right into him. Ouch, Xavier Garcia went down hard, got a helmet to the knee. He'll get right back up. DeVries going to carry for a couple.
Yeah, that was just off that jet motion that they ran earlier to the other side that DeVries popped, that Derry popped for about 16 yards, and so they come back the other way with it.
Your quarterback tonight, 18 carries, now over 100 yards, 101 yards with that carry. He's thrown 10 of 18 for 86 yards tonight as well. Nathan Mills has done a great job at center all season long. Snap back to DeVries. He'll throw one. It'll be caught by, no, it's going to be almost picked off. Almost caught by Vincent. Clark drills him at the 45 and then almost picked off by Court Gonzalez. And it's going to go incomplete. 3rd down and 8 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it would have been a great catch if he had held on. So,
well, great job by Carter Clark to jar it loose.
Yeah, he broke it up.
We did pretty well with some of the smaller out routes. Gone a little longer over the middle now as of late. We'll see what they dial up here on 3rd and 8. Fremont Therapy scoreboard. John Gabrielson, Travis McIntosh, Thomas Dent III with us. Akai and Clay, our camera peeps. Jared Anderson back at radio control. DeVries going to step up. He's going to take it on the run, and he's going to slips one tackle as the PA does play-by-play, and it's going to be 4th down and 8 on no gain.
Yeah, they did a good job. They covered us pretty well. We couldn't get open in the zones. They sat on us pretty well, and Derek didn't have any place to go with the ball. Again, it's tough for him because he can't get outside and escape like he was earlier.
So the Warriors will get it back, and again, pretty much running downhill as Duzanis and Clark will go just on the other side of the 50-yard line. Wolverines do not take up much time off the clock to go 3 and out. $1:34. DeVries with a great punt. It'll drive Duzanis back to the 39. He'll stutter step past. He'll throw his own blocker down. Ty Sheets will make the tackle, but is hurt at the 50-yard line. Ty getting up very slow. Duzanis brings it back to the 49.
Yeah, that's a situation where initially we were down there to make a nice tackle, and we just flew right by. We didn't break down and secure that tackle.
Yeah, and Brock with a good shake and bake move right there.
Then he ran over his own blocker and pushed him out of the way.
Got to get on somebody.
Yeah.
Going to get run up the backside. 1st and 10. They mark it at the 48-yard line. Weber's going to keep it. Cox giving chase. Weber lets it fly. It's going to be caught by Clark. He'll be run out of bounds by Sheets, who was just hurt a minute ago at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a scramble drill, and Clark came back to him, and I don't know what's Ty's pretty gimpy too right now, and I just don't know if he could push off to come back to Clark to get to him.
Clark with 102 yards receiving on 11 catches and 2 touchdowns tonight. Weber 21 of 26, $157. That's a little better than 70% for those more math inclined than myself.
Which is not me.
Weber, play action again, steps up, throws down the left side. He's got a man wide open, and that is a Warrior touchdown. It's a 37-yard touchdown pass to Trey Bennett. And the Warriors are opening the floodgates. This is almost deja vu of last year, if you remember the second half of football last year, where it was fairly close at halftime, and the Warriors just come out and just bombed the Wolverines in the second half.
I think they saw something upstairs with Ty. If you look at it, so they ran the go route, picked on him, and unfortunately,
that is
result.
The second 2-play scoring drive of the third quarter for the Warriors. Duzanis is going to take it to the outside this time. He will get near the goal line. They'll say he's in. 28-14 with 57 seconds left. The Warriors have scored 22 unanswered in this third quarter. Wolverines will have a minute left as Cade Weber hobbles back out onto the field with his kids. What a warrior that Warrior is tonight as well. 30-second break. Thomas will come back after this timeout on Jack FM and County 10 Network.
Hold up wide left. They don't have any.
Ensuring you never forget your best memories, but also protecting your future adventures. Tyler Watson and State Farm is a proud supporter of the current and future Riverton Wolverine.
Wide right. McGuffey back to pass. Shows the ball. Throws again. Looking in the end zone is DeVries. Touchdown, baby!
Find us on our website at insuringriverton.com or stop by our office at 618 East Washington Avenue to discuss protecting your future. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wolverine football with John Gabrielson.
Figuring out, remember I said that less math inclined thing here. 31 seconds off the clock, by the way. They have a scoring drive of 12 and a scoring drive of 31 and 57 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Now, this is where Riverton needs to realize that it's a 2-score game and you're not out of it. You have 13 minutes of football left, that it's not time to just close up shop as they've kind of done a couple of times. I think once against Evanston as much as anything when things went bad. Hutchison stays on his feet, carries the ball out to the 28. Almost lost the football as Newell brings him down. They'll mark it at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, and you know as well as I do, it's just making a play, and we just got to have something positive happen, and they got to make that happen for themselves, and then they go from there, and they build on it.
I said we'd see a healthy dose of Cade Weber in his showcasing that throwing arm. And right now, he has thrown the ball for 102 yards in this third quarter alone. Vincent to the near side, slips and falls at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 4 carries in this quarter by Vincent, 5 for the game for 17 yards.
Yeah.
Maybe see one more play here in this quarter before it's over, but a 22-0 quarter by the Warriors.
Yeah, and we really needed an answer, and we did have the opportunity in the third quarter to do that, but now we just need to move forward and get it going for the fourth quarter.
Nick still hobbling as you see him come, and I asked this question a couple of times about Cade as play action. DeVries, pocket collapsing, takes off on the run. He'll throw it. It's caught by Sheets at the 39. That is enough for a first down for the Wolverines. 12-yard completion as the quarter comes to an end.
Yeah, and Ty, he got.
Yeah, he paid the price.
Yeah, but hold on to the ball. Tough kid. Sat in that window in that zone, and, man, they closed in on him hard.
We're doing well on breaks. We're going to stay here as I want to give a couple of live reads. Thanks for tuning in tonight to support RHS Athletics. Our broadcast made possible by great sponsors like Gamble's on Main Street in Lander. Shane, the owner of Gamble's, has truckloads of furniture waiting for you. Delivery is always free within 30 miles of the store, which includes all of Riverton. Thanks to Wind River Internet for providing our web stream tonight on the County 10 YouTube channel, and for Maven for the optic assistance tonight. Maven Binoculars helping bring you this ball game as well. Again, your scoreboard tonight brought to you by Fremont Therapy of Riverton and Lander. For over 25 years, Fremont Therapy has been Fremont County's leader in physical and occupational therapy. Proud to provide experienced clinicians to support athletes and families. Wishing all of Fremont County teams the best of luck this football season. Big thanks to Jared Anderson back at 105.1 Jack FM. And boy, things have changed. Douglas leading Lander 38-0, and Riverton had a 14-6 lead, riding high, getting the football back, and then all of a sudden the wheels fell off the apple cart. Now the Wolverines trail by 14 with 12 minutes left in the season for one of these teams. And I said it about Caden. Nick is hobbling pretty good out there, as you probably have noticed, Travis. And they'll send Ty in motion, and they'll fake it to him, and DeVries will carry, and he'll run over one tackler and pull the crowd all the way out to the 45-yard line. About a 6-yard carry by Derek.
Yeah, that was just off that jet sweep again, and off to Ty, and pulled it and got 5-6 yards.
2nd and 4. And, the thing about it is you're down 14, but you don't need it all on one play. You need to go put together a drive here, score, play some defense, and then see what happens. It's not all or nothing on this drive right here. It would obviously help as they'll throw it quickly out to Hutchison. He will stiff arm Newell and get out of bounds near the sticks. Maybe a 3-yard gain is going to bring up 4th and a yard, I think.
Yeah, there's no 14-point play on one play. So, yeah, you've got to stack some plays together and then build on it. And the momentum will shift back, but, got to get a first down first.
Right, and that starts now at third and 2. Where are we at on third down conversions of this half?
We're 2 of 4.
I can't refute it, so I'm gonna go with it. Mascaro fakes blitz. DeVries going to keep it himself. He will power his way across midfield for a first down.
Down to the 48-yard line.
Down to the 48.
DeVries.
Yeah, and so now you get one, and now you just keep going and continue to get the first downs, and then next thing you know, you're in the end zone. And it's easier said than done by all means, but that's how it, that's the process, and they're responding.
Duzanis coming on a blitz. They'll throw it out. Gabrielson at the 40. That'll be an 8-yard catch by Cade, his second of the night for 21 yards now. DeVries now over 100 yards at 108 yards passing.
Yeah, that was a good job by Derek filling the hot blitz coming off the corner from by Duzanis. Is that how you say his name?
Duzanis, yep. It's Greek.
Yeah.
It's Greek, I found out today. His last name is Greek.
So good blitz pickup by the O-line on that, too.
See, it's things you pick up in an interview you never think you'd use in a broadcast, but you set me up nicely. I appreciate it. DeVries again to throw. He's got one down the corner. It's Hutchison at the goal line, in and out of his hands, incomplete. Boy, Hutch did a great job to catch up with that one, because when that one was let go, I thought it was overthrown, and Nathan Hutchison, heck of a job to get there to the goal line, and it just goes in and out of his basket catch.
Yeah, and that was really, really a tough catch.
He let kids in the dust at the 10 as he got to the goal line. That ball 45 yards in the air by DeVries.
Yeah, he's got a cannon. Yeah, I think he surprised him. They hadn't run the fly by him. Yeah.
Tested
the bomb.
Deep. Boy, and Nick hobbling out there just makes my own legs hurt. Coach, is DeVries going to carry it himself? He will have a first down and more down inside of the 30. 14-yard carry by DeVries now at 125 yards rushing. Let's quickly go. Nope, they're going to. Jared Anderson standing by with a 3A update for us. Going to run some more beef out there on the field. Like I said, they don't have weights, but Daniel Lopez, that sophomore nose guard, came back about the Green River game for Buffalo, trotting out there on the field. Derek's going to keep it himself. He'll run behind the block of his offensive line. Mascaro knocks him down at the 20. 6-yard carry by Derek. Now let's go. Let's hear Jared Anderson with an update. Jared, what do you got for us in 3A football?
Thank you, guys. I'm sure a lot of people considered Douglas the favorite tonight, but maybe didn't see a route coming. Douglas on top of Lander, 45-0 midway through the second quarter. Star Valley now routing Jackson 34-7. Evanston on top of Green River in the third quarter, 27-7, and nearing the half, number 1 Cody on top of Powell, 19-7. Back to you.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming in Douglas.
Yeah,
for sure. A lot of people talking about, we got to win by 9. I say, well, you got to win first. Throw the slant. That'll be caught by Draven Monroe, who's in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They get what they needed. A 20-yard touchdown pass. DeVries to Draven Monroe, his first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, that was a great pitch and catch. And Draven was in the right spots, pulled it in, and got the touchdown. Desperately needed a score.
Yes, 73-yard drive. Saltzgaver to kick. Took 13 plays to do it, and not a lot of time off the clock. PAT on the way is good by Hunter Saltzgaver. So I'm going to keep it here real quick because we're ahead on plays right now. It's a 10-play drive, by the way. Correct myself. 10-play drive. Started with 57 seconds left in the third quarter. They're at 9:23. It's 3:34. How's that for quick math?
Yeah.
That's why I've built my Excel sheet the way I have, is it does the math for me.
Well, and that was just a great, and it was a quick score. So now it gives you an opportunity. You don't have to hurry. You don't have to use timeouts. You can just line up and get a stop and make them punt or get a turnover to put yourself in a good positive situation to go down and take the last drive of the game, because you're only going to get the ball maybe once or twice more.
Exactly.
So this is definitely a positive situation with it being 9 minutes and 23 seconds left in the game.
DeVries 128 yards throwing. He also has run for 131 yards on the ground tonight as well, and the Warriors will get it back with 9:23 left to play in the fourth quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Boy, that third quarter, though, two-play scoring drives by the Warriors. So their offense has been rolling, and now finally the Wolverines get a little bit of a respite for their defense as they'll kick one short, and it's going to be fell on, and then Wolverine comes flying in late, no call, and quite honestly, maybe probably could have, would have, should have been right there. They'll start at their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, and on those, we had those 2 turnovers too.
Right.
So,
deep in our own territory at the 19, and then a pick on the other end. As I
mentioned.
I'm stepping on all.
Yeah, but that's okay. You're good. And if we don't throw the pick or whatever, it ends up better probably in that situation. We scored and we're looking at 28-28, but it is what it is.
So now you play defense with 9:21 left in the fourth quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Cade Weber has gone the distance. He'll hand it off to Mascaro. He'll have some room off the left side, and he'll be cut down by Monroe, but not before he gets a 9-yard carry by Mascaro. Just his 4th carry tonight for 19 yards for Ruger Mascaro, but he'll take it within a half a yard basically of a first down on first down.
Yeah, he's really definitely been a protection back for Weber. That's where he's been mostly living. Is back there, is just helping out with the blitzes in the line. And
kind of been an enforcer on the defensive side of the equation as well.
Yeah, I was just speaking offensively.
Yeah, look for Carter Clark's now in the slot, sandwiched in between Gonzalez and Duzenas. Handoff to Mascaro again. He's got a first down and more as he will keep the ball. And Wolverines trying to strip it. He's going to get about 7 more yards. A late flag flies in.
Probably a face mask from stripping it out. I'm assuming from here. That's what I thought I saw.
They'll mark it at the 32. It's a 23-yard run, and we'll see what the penalty is. Yeah, and I think you might be right just in the scrum. And it is a face mask against the Wolverines. Will take them 15 yards down to the 17-yard line. Boy, that is not what you ordered if you're the Wolverines now. 2 plays and a 15-yard penalty have taken the Warriors from their own 36 down to the 18-yard line now. After you had just gotten a little momentum back.
Yeah.
This will be the 3rd play of the drive, so they won't have a 3rd 2-play drive, but Mascaro, why not? Give it to him again. The workhorse here is he'll take it down to the 10. Payne, first Wolverine there. Jackson Hill in there defensively. That'll be about an 8-yard carry by Mascaro. 6 carries, 50 yards now for Ruger Mascaro.
Yeah, and and our D line is our O line, and right now we're looking a little fatigued and a little bit up front, and
Mascaro again finishing off what he started. Payne will hit him first. Gabrielson will hang on. He'll be real close to a 1st and goal. I think he will have the first down. Yeah, and I can tell, or not.
They're going to call for a measurement, huh?
The down marker has barely moved, so yeah, it's going to be it's a 2-yard carry. Nonetheless,
that was a really good job by.
Now they'll say first down, so
by Payne and by Cade to come up from their defensive spots to make a good play.
Well, and looking through the Maven binoculars, I can see that Nick is hurt. I can see that Cade is hurt. But they're hurt too. Cade Weber is hurt. There's Duzenas out of the Wildcat. He's going to carry it himself. He's in the end zone. Duzenas from 7 yards out, and the Warriors have answered the Wolverines' bell once again. They go 64 yards, and they do so in not a lot of time.
Yeah.
Minute 57, and they go 5 plays.
And he did a really good job. He was really patient on that run, and then he just saw the crease and sliced through our D.
Fifth PAT by Gonzalez is good.
And the Warriors go on top, 35-21.
Duzenas from 7 yards out. 21-35, 7:26 left to play. Again, they go 5 plays, 64 yards. They did so in 1 minute and 57 seconds. 2 big runs by Mascaro, a 15-yard penalty, and then Brock Duzanis from 7 yards out scores, and they're back out in front.
Yeah, that was just, they did a good job of running the ball and establishing the run on us, and, you know, we just couldn't get that necessary stop. And the big run that the kid had on us, we were trying to strip the ball loose, and unfortunately got a big penalty on that too.
Your scoreboard tonight brought to you by Fremont Therapy in Riverton and in Lander. For more than 25 years, they've been your leader in physical and occupational therapy in Fremont County. Proud to provide experienced clinicians to support athletes and their families. Wishing all Fremont County teams the best of luck. Fremont Therapy, our scoreboard sponsor here tonight. 35-21. This was 14-6 at half. It's been 28-7 this half in favor of the Warriors, and Denise backs up to the middle school to kick this one away. Hutchison back deep. Get a 15-yard run at it. Nate's going to field it at the 10. Going to build up some steam to try to get up to the outside. He'll be pushed to the ground. Good job defensively. Bronson Newell. It's another sophomore out there for the Warriors.
Yeah, I thought that we had a little bit of a seam there to break that through, but, you know, he leaked through it, made a nice play.
23-yard line is where they'll start, 1st and 10. And again, said it before, still pretty fair amount of football time left. But like you said, not very many possessions left. And Wolverines haven't been a real big strike touchdown factory, minus the 83-yard touchdown they threw to Ty Sheets in the Star Valley game. Cade and Nathan split out wide to the near side. DeVries throwing. That's going to be caught by Draven Monroe, and Draven's going to be out near the 39-yard line, 16-yard completion.
Yeah, now they just need to play with a little urgency here,
right,
and get up to the line and score quickly.
Well, Coach Schneiberg put him through. He said, minute 31, you're down by 2. They ran the 2-minute O last night, and that's when I saw Hunter Salzgaver kick that 42-yard field goal in practice yesterday. So they have some tempo package put in there. DeVries had his man over on the slant's going to throw it up, is over the head of Gabrielson, and I'm not sure if it was intended for him or Sheets, but it falls incomplete nonetheless.
Yeah, there he was able to escape and get outside a little bit and make something happen, having at least a chance to throw it down the field.
Yeah, too high for Cade, too low for Ty, as again he's had to Houdini out of that. I think that was probably intended for Ty, but just too far out in front of him. 6:48 left to play, 4th quarter. Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Final 6:48 of the season for the Wolverines, unless they can find a way to get 14 points on the board here in the final few minutes. Derek back to pass, throws. It'll be caught by Monroe. Spins. Mascaro will bring him down. It'll be about a 9-yard completion.
Yeah, good. Nice catch in the zone there. And just found the window and sat in the hole.
3 straight catches by Draven Monroe for 45 yards. Play action. DeVries keeping it as they keep it on the run. Good blocks by Gabrielson and Hutchison as DeVries going to run it out of bounds at the 38-yard line. 14-yard carry by Derek.
Yeah, he's done a good job of really pulling the ball and keeping it, running it to the right. He's found a little rhythm throughout the whole game on that side.
24 carries tonight for Derek and 145 yards rushing, including 2 touchdowns. He's also thrown for a touchdown. Ran out of bounds to stop the clock. Caden Nathan spread to the top. Monroe coming in for McIntosh down with Sheets. Throwing it, be caught by Hutch. He'll be pulled down out of bounds after a gain of a couple. Good sportsmanship by the Warriors. Helping him up was Roman Para. Gain of a couple. Hutchison's 4th catch for 15 yards tonight. Clock stops. Wolverines taking a long time in the huddle of this one, though.
Yeah, he must have been out of bounds.
Yeah, clocks did stop as he was out of bounds, but I'm just saying now they've got less than 10 seconds to get the play off as they took a long time in the huddle. Derek takes off, has the ball stripped, and it's picked up. And the Warriors going the distance. It's Burns will take it to the house. Scanning the field for flags. DeVries just had it stripped. And the playoff hopes for the Wolverines might have been stripped with it as Burns picks it up and he takes it to the house.
Yeah.
Not sure what else to say.
Yeah, Derek was trying to make something happen, got stripped, and then the kid just scooped and scored it.
Watching the replay, couldn't see how it was, and Burns picks it up, and he runs it 58 yards on the scoop and score, and it's 41-21, and the PAT coming up for Gonzalez.
It really is a tale of two halves.
Oh, for sure, and it, much like it was last year too, as they just came out on fire in the second half, and Gonzalez boots it through.
And it's just tough to win. It's tough to win these type of playoff type ball games when you have a few turnovers and penalties that go with it, and so
we're going to take a break. 5:50 left to play, fourth quarter. Worland doubling up the Wolverines, 42-21. We'll be back after this on 105.1 Jack FM and the County 10 YouTube stream.
Sutherland's Home and Garden Fall Catalog. It's full of hundreds of deals to help you save, including special fall buys, ideas, how-tos, and more. Win big. Sign up in-store for your chance to win a $5,000 Sutherland's shopping spree. See store for details. Get up to 24 months special financing with your Sutherland's credit card. See store for details. Sutherland's Fall Catalog is full of can't-miss deals. Stop by the store and pick one up today, or check it out online at Sutherlands.com. Sutherland's, your fall home improvement store.
Wolverines had run 5 plays and were driving inside of Warrior territory when they give up the football and the 58-yard scoop and score. 3 turnovers in the second half by the Wolverines. A couple of fumbles and an interception. So the Warriors had two play drives and then a defensive touchdown in the second half. And that's the difference on the board right now, is a 21-point differential.
Yeah.
5:50 left.
The 2 play drives sounds like last week in some ways.
Yeah, there was 4 of them last week and a 3-play drive last week. So Denise with the long run up to it. Going to kick short. Payne will grab it at the 15. Dominic trying to take it to the outside, runs into a lot of black shirts and be down at the 30.
Yeah, that was good. Nice, just hard return. Ball was high up in the air. You weren't going to get very far. They were going to cover it pretty well, and ended up out at the 30. So
16 on the return.
First and 10 RHS. Possibly Douglas has blanked Lander tonight. 45-0 as that one got to the mercy rule. Over the middle, caught by Sheets. Duzanis and also Para will tag Ty, who gets up gingerly yet again. I mean, it's been a mash unit today for the Wolverines, and I think that the Warriors would probably contend the same on their side this season as well. Throwing that ball too high for Gabrielson, incomplete, and you can see him raise his arm and now hold his shoulder.
Yeah, it's that point in the year where, everybody's beat up a little bit, and mostly it seems like it's our receiving unit that has,
Ty, Nick, Cade.
So
Hutch left the game a little bit. One play. He tried to come back in, but
then Derek's, this is his first game back, so
Third down and about 2 or 3. Hutch will come to the near side. DeVries takes it, runs between a couple of Warriors, and will have the first down across the 40 on a 4-yard carry.
You know, really,
I gave him the first down. I'd say close, but I think he's across the 40, and I think that's a first down. But don't take what I know, because it's a first down.
It was really a smart play by.
Shouldn't have second-guessed myself. So
no, you don't do that. Yeah, but Derek did make a good play, because he knew what he had to get for a first down. So instead of trying to forcing it in someplace.
Inside of 5 minutes left, Wolverines down 3 scores. Derek, time, throws, tipped by Monroe and almost picked off by Carter Clark. Would have capped off a spectacular night for him had he done that.
Bring up second down and 10.
333 yards of offense for the Wolverines, 323 for the Warriors, sorry.
No, he's just a little high for Draven. You know, he almost had it. I think he got a fingertip or two on it.
2nd and 10. Derek's feeling pressure. He'll go down. He'll get about 4 yards on the carry. 153 yards rushing tonight for DeVries on 25 carries, 26 carries. Gonna head to the studios here in just a couple of seconds. Gonna babysit the crowd. Kicking around our crowd mic. 4:05 remaining. And now we'll see a quarterback change as Gantenbein's going to throw it out. Gabrielson at the sticks. Needs to get down. Kid's hurt. He will right at the first down marker. That'll be a 7-yard catch by Gabrielson.
Yeah, Blake Gantenbein steps in and picks up right where he left off from last week. Throws the hitch and
throwing darts.
Yeah. Nice catch by Cade and getting another first down.
High is 3 catches tonight for Cade, his most in a game this season. 3 catches, 28 yards. Everybody pretty much the same out there, except Gantenbein, who takes the snap, and he'll be run into by Mascaro. He'll gain a couple, and then 12 yards backwards later, they'll finally blow the play dead.
But forward progress had him at a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, gain of a couple. But I guess kind of like last week, too, it's like, blow the whistle sometime would be nice.
As he's moving backwards, I got you.
Wolverines will finish the season with 1 win. Worland will finish 4-4 and 2-3 in conference. And their reward is a trip to Park County to play the Cody Bronx. That ball is going to be intercepted. Carter Clark does cap off a great night at the 26-yard line. 4 turnovers by the Wolverines in the second half. One of them really of no consequence here at the end. But Carter Clark picks it off, and that will pretty much cap it off tonight for the Wolverines, who had a 14-6 lead at half and then get outscored 36-7 in the second half of football.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really, it's just unfortunate because they played so well the first half. And
in adjustments, though, I mean.
Yeah. And, but they continue to fight and play hard, so.
Couple of first downs, and this one should be over. I should have went to the studio on that break right there, but I was too busy typing stats into the computer. Clark's going to split to the other side, and we'll get a timeout. That will get us to Jared Anderson in 105.1 Studios with some 3A updates. Jared?
Douglas and Lander have got final 45-0 Bearcats over Tigers. Star Valley really pouring it on Jackson now in the fourth quarter, 48-7. You got Buffalo up 33-0 over Rollins in the fourth. Evanston still leads Green River 27-7 late third quarter, and nearing the half, Cody now 48 points, 48-7 over Powell. Back to you.
A couple of rivalry games tonight, Jackson, Star Valley, and Powell and Cody, and 42-21. I mean, the score is what it is, but was the game closer than this, or was it not? Because absolute tale of two halves, 14-6 in one half and 36-7 in the other half.
Yeah, I would like to say yes, but we didn't play well the second half.
Is the score indicative, I guess, is what I asked, right?
Yeah, and you have to play. It boils down to you have to play 4 quarters, and we didn't play 4 quarters. We played 2 very well quarters and
2 not so well.
Yeah, 2 not so well.
And I'm going to give credit to Coach Sweeney and the Warriors for some second half adjustments, and they'll throw one out quickly and kind of like, what do I do with it now that I caught it type of thing by Cale Cheatham. And
Wolverine
they hit a button, sorry. Loss of 2 on the pass. Draven Monroe credited for the tackle. Clock running. Will be inside of 2 minutes after this ball snapped. Was that just a let your seniors come off the field type of thing as Cade Weber gets a hug? You kind of see that in basketball, bring your starters off, get them a round of applause, and now Carter Clark's going to go out there and QB it. They need some extra players out there. Actually, he's not going to. Duzanis out of the Wildcat again. They'll bring a player on. That's going to be a penalty.
Yeah.
They had to bring a player on late. 5 penalties. That's their first penalty of the second half by me and my record keeping, at least. If they've had another one, I didn't write it in.
No, they played really clean this entire second half.
And aggressive.
Yep.
And I thought we would see more of the arm of Cade Weber, and how. Boy, did we.
And I remember reading the article that he went to the Manning camp, but I had no idea that he was really that accurate, and he was dead on a lot of the night. And hats off to him.
23 of 28. Duzanis straight up the middle is going to be hit and dropped. And I think it is worth mentioning that is Adrian Seahair, a senior that just transferred from St. Stephen's wearing number 37 that we did not have on our roster last week, who comes in and makes the play as Duzanis is going to lose a couple.
Well, and like you said earlier, just to give credit where it's due, I mean, he had a gutty performance tonight, the Weber kid with the ankle. And
102 yards passing in that third quarter.
Yeah.
To go along with 32 yards rushing by Duzanis. Well, 31 and 1 by Weber. Brock's going to take this snap again, and he's going to carry it across the 25. And he'll be pushed down there, a 6-yard gain by Brock. And they may not have to snap the ball again. Final 30 seconds of the game ticking off, and the season will come to an end. 1-8 for Coach Troy Anderson in his third year, a 1-7 campaign last year. Made the playoffs the previous year, his first year. And 2-15 since then for the Wolverines. They probably don't have to run this. Well, they do, as it's about a second differential, and Coach Sweeney saves the 5-yard penalty. We'll probably have a pretty short pregame here from Washakie County, 3.6 seconds. Got to get our final live reads in here tonight. Tyler Watson, State Farm agent, a proud supporter of Riverton Athletics. State Farm reminding you to not forget old memories and also protect those future ones. Stop in and see Tyler Watson and his staff, 618 East Washington Avenue, or online at insuringriverton.com. And tonight's broadcast doesn't end when the clock runs out. Stick around for the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Bailey's employs over 130 Fremont County residents. always looking for career-minded individuals to work in a variety of departments. Check out gowithbailey.com to learn more, and stay tuned for the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show here in just a few moments. They'll run 3 plays, and that'll be end of game. Rolling out, Duzanis is going to watch the clock expire. He'll run out of bounds, and that's how it ends. As the Warriors outscore the Wolverines 36-7 in the second half after Riverton had a 14-6 lead, and the Wolverine season has come to an end. The Warriors will advance into the 3A East playoffs. They'll be at Cody next weekend taking on the Bronx in Park County.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a tough place to go play, no matter who goes and plays. I mean, they are definitely one of the best teams I've seen in a long time, and but that's why you play the game too. You never know.
Well, yeah, you got to get there, and now they got an extra chance. They're 4-4 overall, 2-3 in conference play. They end up number 4. Riverton 1-7 on the regular season, 1-8 if you count that 0-week game, 1-4 in conference play for a second straight year. And the post-game show is next.
Yeah, we had every opportunity to really hang tough and be in this to the very end.
Yeah, quick strike plays by Worland in that second half. We'll come back, we'll recap the scoring plays, and we will also give you some final statistics in this one. Final score tonight, the Warriors 42, the Wolverines 21. The Bailey's post-game show is next. This has been Wolverine football from Washakie County on 105.1 Jack FM and on the County 10 YouTube stream.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
If you're looking to get upgrades on your vehicle done with bumpers, grill guards, and bedliners, shop locally instead of traveling the extra mile to an out-of-town shop. Take it to the premier local shop here in Fremont County. Wyoming 4x4 has over 25 years of experience under the belt. Dan will take your stock truck and give it the perfect accessory makeover tailored to your vision. Stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College are proud sponsors of student athletes and sports programs across Fremont County, plus are this season's academic spotlight sponsor. Wyoming Catholic College forms students through a rigorous immersion in the primary sources of the classic liberal arts tradition, the grandeur of the mountain wilderness, and the spiritual heritage of the Catholic Church. Grounded in real experience and thoughtful reflection, our graduates love truth, think clearly, and communicate eloquently, engaging with the world as it is. Submit your application online at wyomingcatholic.edu/admissions/apply.
Xander's One Stop of Lander wishes the best of luck to all student athletes and sports teams throughout Fremont County. Xander's One Stop has it all: clean gas, ethanol-free fuel, diesel, a variety of household and automotive needs. Stop in for the very best in snacks, lunch, dinner, and much more. Plus, the best liquor selection. And now lottery tickets for the Cowboy Draw, Mega Millions, Powerball, and Lucky for Life. It's all here at Xander's One Stop, 730 East Main, Lander.
Wolverine for the Riverton Wolverines is 105.1 Jack FM and County 10's YouTube channel. Go Big Red Wolverine football.
Thanks to Devin King, our studio announcer, and thanks to Jared Anderson back at Radio Control, as the season has come to an end for the Wolverines here tonight, and it happens on a 42-21 defeat at the hands of the Worland Warriors. We'll give you a scoring summary here real quick, and then we'll give you some final stats to wrap things up. Riverton would get things going first. 13 plays, 74 yards, a 2-yard run by Derek DeVries, kicked by Sulzgaver. It was 7-0 with 2:42 left. They took 8 minutes off the clock on that first drive after getting Worland on a 3-and-out. And things were looking good at 7-0. Worland, though, would go 9 plays, 59 yards in the second quarter. Got some big passes, converted on 4th down. Weber hits Clark for the first of a couple of TD passes. PAT was no good. And with 1:37 left in the half, it was 7-6. And then big return on the kickoff by Nathan Hutchison gets the ball close to midfield. Wolverines run some plays, and they get a 6-yard touchdown run. Well, they got a 24-yard pass in there as well to Ty Sheets. Clay Sheets, our cameraman. Ty Sheets, the football player tonight. And then a 6-yard touchdown run by DeVries, and it was 14-6 with 5 seconds left to play in the half. That's how the half ended, at 14-6 in favor of the Wolverines. Riverton, though, would fumble at their own 19-yard line. 2 plays later, Carter Clark caught an 8-yard touchdown pass, and their PAT still was not good. They still did not lead. It was 14-6 at that point. It was a 2-play, 19-yard drive that took 12 seconds off the clock. But shortly after that, they would get an interception away from the Wolverines at their own 36-yard line. 12 plays, 64 yards, and they would get the interception. They would go 4th and goal, a 1-yard run by Weber up the middle. PAT by Duzanis was good on the run, and it was 20-14 Warriors, their first lead at the mark there at the 3:02 mark of the third quarter. And then they get a 1-play, 52-yard drive. Well, actually, 2 plays, 15 yards to Clark, and then 37-yard touchdown pass from Weber to Bennett. PAT by Duzanis run was good. With 57 seconds left in the third, it was 28-14. Riverton would come back and score in the fourth on a 10-play, 73-yard drive, 20-yard pass from DeVries to Draven Monroe, and at that point had brought it into a 28-21 game. And then the defensive touchdown would come in there, and then one more later, 2 big runs by Mascaro and a 15-yard penalty. Duzanis, a 7-yard touchdown run. PAT was good by Court Gonzalez. Then the defensive touchdown, 58-yard scoop and score. And it was all the Warriors tonight, 42-21, your final score on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Looking at final stats in this ball game, Riverton had the ball for 28 minutes to 20 minutes for the Warriors. 27:55 for Riverton, 20:05 for the Warriors. But when you score on 2 plays, two-play drives and a scoop and score touchdown, you don't need much time of possession. And so that's kind of a misleading stat in that. Riverton ran 68 plays for 346 yards. Worland ran 50 plays, 18 play less for 325 yards. 4 turnovers on the night for the Wolverines. 3 of them came in that third quarter that were huge, and then 1 on the interception. Well, 2 in the fourth quarter, I guess, the scoop and score fumble and the interception that Gantenbein threw. So 4 in the second half for the Wolverines. And Coach Troy Anderson right now in the middle of his team. Right now he's the only one talking. A lot of his coaches and others standing back, letting the head coach talk to his kids right now. Riverton 176 in the on the ground, 170 in the air for 346. That's 5 yards per play. 4 turnovers, 7 penalties for 65 yards. They had 9 possessions, average field position starting at their own 24-yard line. Worland also had 9 possessions. Their average starting field position at their own 41-yard line, which helps in that. 5 penalties for 36 yards on the Warriors. They had 1 turnover. That was early in the ball game as they fumbled at the Wolverine 9-yard line. 22 rushes for 133 yards, 28 passes tonight, 192 yards, 325 yards total in the game for the Worland Warriors. And we're going to catch up with the head coach before we do individual stats here tonight. And Coach Troy Anderson joining us. And Coach, first of all, thank you for coming up. Secondly, what did you just talk to your kids about in that huddle out there?
I've been listening to this thing, and anybody who knows me a little bit knows I love Jocko. And I listened to him about 2 hours worth this week, and he said, as long as you're not dead, you didn't fail. And so that was my message to them. My other message, and I believe this, I've tried to do with every senior class, is I told them that we will stay on that field until they're done being on that field. Because for some of them, this is it.
Yep.
They should savor every last moment of it. So those are my 2 messages. Derek and Brant, you know, and these are good kids. I got 6 years with these dudes, right? And so they, you know, they invited them back anytime. And, you know, that's one of the biggest things is if somebody invites you back into the house, like, that's a big deal. Luckily, we have two guys on staff this year.
Yeah.
I would take any of those guys back on staff, too.
14-6 at half. Things are looking good. You're going to get the ball to start the second half, and then just what happens?
It just got away from us, you know. Like little turnover stuff. I think they win the turnover battle. I'm pretty sure about that.
4-1. Unfortunately, one was insignificant. I mean, Blake's interception I don't think counts in the mix, but
you know, like that's the kind of thing there. And again, this is just the learning process. I mean, me and you wrestled together, and we used to hear the guy, he lives in town here, right? Tell us.
I thought I saw him in the crowd,
I
actually.
wouldn't be surprised if he was here. But tell us, you know, you got to take a whooping, probably for a year or two, and that's kind of what we're doing. But, man, we got some good kids coming back next year. I tell you that. If we do, like Brant said in the thing, like we've got to do the right things there. But when you see a kid like Ryan Cox play like he did tonight, Draven Monroe, Branson Salscaver just being a warrior, those are guys that, you know, the upside is really good. Now, their guys tonight, 7 and 11, had some stuff.
Yeah, and, you know, throw 3 out there, too, because Carter Clark has 100-and-something yards, and he has a pick late in the game.
Yeah.
And their dudes made some plays as well out there. And I think you kind of summed it up. I mean, you know, it sucks. It's over, but, you know, you're not dead yet.
No.
So.
And Brant said, and I believe this, I say this all the time. They probably get tired of hearing me say, like, it never gets old to come out on a Friday night. That's why we're all here.
Yeah.
You know, it's so dang fun.
Troy, I'll let you go talk to the other guys. Thank you for coming by.
Appreciate it. Bye.
You bet. It's all season long. Thanks to Troy for coming and visiting with us in pre-games and post-games and letting me text him and bother him and get in his face sometimes about different things. So let's talk for just a quick second here, Travis, is, you know, I think it's obvious if you were to have to pick a player of the game on the outside that it's Derek DeVries tonight. 18 of 31, 163 yards passing, an interception, a fumble, and a touchdown. And then he's running the ball tonight, and he runs the ball for 27 carries for 153. We've had Derek as our player of the game. I'm going to give him the honorary player of the game in that respect. But I'm also going to go with those 2 guys that he mentioned in there. You know, Ryan Cox has played well as a sophomore tonight and done very well. And then also at the same time, Draven Monroe comes up here towards the end with 3 big catches and a touchdown catch in there. So recognize them from the Lander Medical Clinic as well and thank them for sponsoring our player of the game here tonight as well. And hopefully we'll talk with Derek here in just a couple of moments as he's making his way up here. And this can't be easy to come up and talk about a game like this as well. But like I said, just warrior games tonight for these 2 guys. So
and with everything being said, you know, they still had pretty good ball games. So anyway, I'll turn it over here to Derek, and here you go.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask him a question too because he has a pretty good insight. First of all, Derek, great job tonight. I know the outcome is not what you want, but you know, you had a concussion a couple weeks ago, and you're out there running the ball 27 times, 153 yards. How you feeling? You doing all right?
Yeah, I feel fine.
If in your mind, we've named you the player of the game for your stats. This is the second time we've named you as a player of the game. Who would you choose on your team as a player of the game tonight, being out there with them and what you may see?
I'd give it to sophomore Ryan Cox. He plays his heart out he cares so much about the game. He goes 110% every drive. Without him, I couldn't run the ball like I do, so I'm so thankful for him.
Yeah,
the work he puts in.
Coach Troy talked about that, and we talked about that a little bit tonight as well. It's not over for you. You're a junior. You know, what happens next? You obviously got a basketball season coming up, but your thoughts on the football season and the direction of Wolverine football?
A lot of improvements from last year. We're young, so we can bounce back. We'll have a good team next year if we all stick together and work hard in the offseason.
Absolutely. I appreciate you coming by. Anything else you would like to talk about the game? Feel good, no side effects, anything like that? No other added injuries to the mix tonight?
I was a little woozy sometimes when I stood up, but.
Well, we don't need to hear that. I should have prompted you before that. Don't say anything about being woozy or dizzy or anything. But Derek, great job tonight on the field, and we'll look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you.
You bet. It's Derek DeVries. Again, he is our player of the game, and like I said, I already got you a T-shirt, didn't I? Yeah, I was going to say we'll hook up Ryan Cox with one as well. Nathan Hutchison was up at the top of the booth talking up there. Let's run through some final stats here tonight. Derek DeVries, again, as I mentioned, 18 of 31, 163 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He threw tonight 5 times to Ty Sheets for 62 yards, 3 to Gabrielson for 28 yards. McIntosh, 1 catch, 21. Nathan Hutchison, 4 catches, 15 yards. Draven Monroe, 3 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Dominic Payne, 1 catch for 7 yards. And looking at the other side, Worland, Cade Weber, 23 of 28, 192 yards. He also threw for 3 touchdowns, 2 of those to Carter Clark, 1 of those to Trey Bennett. Bennett catches 4 for 61. Carter Clark, 11 catches, 102 yards tonight. He also had an interception. Trey Bennett also had the touchdown. Actually, it was Mason Decker had the scoop and score touchdown for the Warriors tonight. Brock Duzanis, 13 carries for 80 yards. Ruger Mosquero, 7 carries for 52 yards. Duzanis also had a touchdown, and he completed 2 two-point conversions here tonight as well. Your final score on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard is 42-7 is your final. And with that, I think we're going to wrap it up here from Washington County and put the wraps on this. Big thanks to Will Hill at County 10 for his vision and direction and getting us to get these games on video and have them here. Actually, we're going to grab one more kid here. Draven Monroe is hobbling up the stairs here. You take your time, young man. You take your time, as it was a physical game up there. And we'll go continue our thanks here in just a minute. I don't want to make Draven's trip up to the top of the bleachers here when he's injured all for naught. And why you limping? What's wrong with you?
Third quarter, cramp. First cramp I've ever had. It was bad.
Really?
Worst cramp I ever had.
So I got you for 3 catches tonight, touchdown, 20-yard touchdown, 45 yards. Talk about this game. Got a tale of 2 halves.
We came out good, looking good, but came out halftime. We didn't have the same energy. It's just the last game I got to play with these guys, the seniors. I'm gonna miss them. It's emotional down on the field. Everybody hugging, tears.
How does this motivate you coming up for the basketball season for one, but also motivate you coming back next year for this for your senior year?
I'm excited for basketball. I can't wait for basketball. It's good. It's good. I'm gonna come out next year. Learn from these guys. They taught me a lot. So, I'm gonna come out a leader next year. I'm gonna be a senior. It's gonna be my time to step up. I'm gonna try to lead this team, get this program back on track.
I'm going to give you and Ryan Cox both a T-shirt. We're calling you our players of the game. I mean, Derek had a phenomenal game yardage-wise and stuff. But you just kind of said it, what happens next year. But just a physical game out there. Hopefully you're okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Out of that, beside the cramp and everything like that. Basketball season.
Yeah. Can't wait for that.
Got a month to heal up and get.
You gonna be commentating?
I will. I'll be.
Can't wait.
Be in the stands talking about it and talking about great things for the Wolverines. And I don't know if the score really felt like it, 42-21, if it really felt like it because of how even it was, I think, in different parts.
It felt close. I was playing every down 0-0, hard as I can, 110%.
That's all we ask.
Yep.
I appreciate you coming up, and congrats on our player of the game, and we'll look forward to seeing you in basketball.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You bet, Draven. Thank you so much, Draven Monroe, joining us on the Bailey's post-game show. And poor Draven and his cramp had to hobble up to the top of the stairs. You might could go up on the other one, too and get up on the other radio station there as well. But again, my thoughts, though, Will Hill in County 10 in the vision and bringing me back. Wow, we got one more coming. They just keep coming out of the woodwork, and we've got nothing but time. So let's get this young man up here as well. So we asked for our 2 players, and we got everybody but the 2 we asked for. Now we finally got Draven. Ryan, throw these on, if you would, please. As now we've got Ryan Cox, sophomore, and I've named you our player of the game. And I asked Derek DeVries. I said, Derek, I've got you as the player of the game with, it's hard to deny when he's thrown for 163 and he's run for 153 that he's the player of the game. I said, who would you name as the player of the game? And he pointed at you. He said, Ryan Cox. Without him, I don't run the ball the way I do. You give 110% every down. What do you think about that?
I appreciate it, yeah. Derek's an older brother to me, and he definitely leader of the team.
You have come out as a sophomore, and I think led by his example as much as anything, and I commend you for that. And what's your mindset as you come out here as a sophomore?
Nobody's better, I got to have that mentality in football,
How's the paw? Are you healed?
Yeah.
Oh, you still got it taped up there and everything together.
Finger broken about mid-season. Got excused or cleared by the doctor and kept on playing. So,
what's next? You have a winter sport?
Basketball.
Play some hoops. That's right. Yeah, you're a basketball player for sure. How does this feeling right now propel you both into basketball and into your junior year of football next year?
I just got to work at it. Keep working hard and getting better, leading the team. And
what is your favorite part of this game?
The brotherhood, for sure. I'm sure that's said by everyone, but there's nothing else like it.
Looking for, we have one more score update. But, Ryan, appreciate you coming up. I'm going to hook you up with a Lander Medical Clinic T-shirt. They are our sponsor for the player of the game, and you and Draven tonight both. So appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
You bet. Ryan Cox, thank you so much for coming up. And I'll take those off of you there if you don't mind real quick. And you want to maybe head up there. They'll get you there as well. One last one coming up here on the night, and that is Nathan Hutchison. And first of all, you all right? You get your bell rung out there on that one play?
Just the wind knocked out of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's worse.
Yeah, no, I hate getting the wind knocked out of me.
That's why
you're helpless.
That's why I said that. You and I had a conversation. Well, you and I had a lot of conversations over the summer with you sitting on at our front counter in our house, and I heard you weren't going to play football, and I let you have it numerous times, and I told you every time you came over I was going to continue to let you have it, and darned if you didn't come out. And tell me about that decision. You were playing fall baseball, so nobody thinks that you were just sitting around skateboarding or playing Xbox or something. You were playing fall baseball in Colorado, and what made you decide to come play football?
I had the month of October pretty much wide open. I didn't really have anything better to do, and I just thought I'd give it one last ride with my senior teammates and some of the other guys out there.
Any regrets?
No. Like for coming out?
Yeah, for coming.
No, absolutely no.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you said that, and you've come out, and you woulda, coulda, shoulda, would love to have seen you in those first 4 games, but It is what it is, and I wish you the best of luck because I know baseball is a passion and you want to go do that. And you come out and you lead in several categories after only playing half the season, I guess is a testament to how you play. But I think it's kind of team-wide. Cade, I've tried to make him not play for 3 or 4 weeks because of his shoulder. He's still out there. Nick was hurt tonight. Ty got his bell rung a couple of times. You got knocked out. The wind knocked out of you one time, and you guys just keep coming back. And it would be easy for you guys to maybe fold up shop at 1-7, but nobody ever did that this year.
Yeah, no, it's definitely we're out there for each other at the end of the day, and we just love competing with each other, and we try to cherish those moments as much as we can.
You playing basketball? Can I just throw you out on the spot and just put the bus directly in front of you and ask you that question?
Definitely thinking about it.
Okay.
Definitely thinking about it.
All right. Well, I'll start the process. I'd love to see you in a basketball uniform.
Yeah.
Nathan, thanks for coming up.
Thanks, John.
You bet. Congrats on a good season, and miss you around the house. Haven't seen you much. Your lunch hour is different than Cade's this semester. So, but Nathan Hutchison and the Wolverines. And so with that, you bet, Nathan. Thanks. Good job, buddy. We're going to close up shop here. And again, a huge thanks to Will Hill. I've said this a couple of times now, and just the vision of County 10 and bringing the games back and bringing me back out of the closet, dusting me off and putting me back out here in play-by-play land, and I appreciate them putting their faith in me on that. Wyatt Barichka, who's done sports at County 10 and kind of put this whole operation together. And Thomas and I, of course, have been the innovators. We got to let Wyatt know that for sure, but definitely throw that at him. And then it's been by committee. Raylan, Andrew, Akai, Clay. Who else have we had? A cameraman. Christian Corona, obviously. Riley Bouillon doing games. Bo Sheets is my color, and Tyler Watson, and then Travis here these last couple of times. It's truly been a team effort, and I appreciate everybody. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. If there's anybody still tuned in at this point of the broadcast, definitely appreciate them tuning in. So this has been the season finale for the Wolverines. Final score, the Worland Warriors 42, the Riverton Wolverines 21. This has been a presentation of County 10 Sports. Big thanks to Devin King and Jared Anderson again at 105.1 Jack FM and at County 10 as well. Final score, 42-21. Wolverine season has come to an end. This, again, has been a presentation from Worland. I'm John Gabrielson of County 10 and 105.1 Jack FM.